Okay. So, welcome back to D&D with the party crew. So, last we left off, you guys fought Queen Mishrana in the Serescape and prevailed. Fortunately, you restored her back to her happy, normal state, and you anime jumped through the front of the crystal castle into the daylight. And so, after some tender words exchanged, and am I dadgummit? Just ignore it. After some tender words and some tears shed, you guys find yourselves back in the center of like the crystal mezzanine where you guys first started out. You guys have left Mishra's Serescape and you are back in the middle of the clouds with Mishra in tow. And also you notice that there is an additional archway and there is an additional person in your group. You look around and the once hamster has now taken the form of a rather tall cat person with... Would you like to describe yourself a little bit more, Holland? I don't want to steal your thunder. You just like what you look like for now.
Yes. I am about 6 feet 2 inches tall, and I'm a little cat lady, and I got
little.
I was gonna say big cat lady.
And I have gray fur, and like on the center part, I'm like a light gray, and then going out to where like my ears are, my paws, I'm a darker gray, and I have like a blue cloak on, like a velvet cloak, and I'm wearing like a gold headband.
What does your armor look like? So you have like a breastplate, but like what does it look like? Do you have like a certain color or something, like metal?
It's gold metal. It's got flowers on it, imprinted flowers on it. And at the bottom of my robe, am I doing a good job?
Yes.
Yes.
Keep going.
You sound so bouge right now.
Yeah.
Like velvet cloak, gilded flowers on a golden chest plate. Continue.
And on the bottom, I have like little embellished flowers at the bottom of my cloak. And I just kind of look around at everybody, and then because I'm on my back legs, right?
Yeah.
And I just look at everybody and I'm like, what are y'all looking at?
Oh,
Theo?
You look a little different now. Like a lot different.
What do y'all? Oh my god!
What? I didn't realize this was possible. I guess you're like a cat now. It's interesting. Darkly poetic in a way. I mean, hamster, cat.
Why a hamster? What?
Well,
why?
You see, back when I was in college, I got mixed up with the wrong group. And someone... Emma, why are you laughing?
Okay, I'll clarify. You don't really know. You just presented as a hamster when you showed up where you did. So it wasn't really that you were a hamster previously. You just kind of like you entered the Serescape and then suddenly you were a hamster.
Oh man, I was looking forward to the college days. What happened?
You went to college in Misha's mind.
Oh man.
So I just entered the Serescape and I was a hamster, and I never thought that I was gonna go back to being with my little paws, who I am now, which is my true form. So I just accepted the fact and gave myself a new name.
Oh,
This is even
Sola.
funnier. Okay, this is even funnier because you have been to this airscape like multiple times. Like you do this regularly. And so you just are like, so now you're just like, I accepted
This is
that
me.
I'm not. Go on. I'm sorry.
Oh my god. Wait, so is your name Theo? Or do you have a different name?
Tis not Theo. No. My name, because I come from a clan of Tabaxon.
Tobacco.
We have names for us, and my name was Little Flower. So everyone nicknamed me Little. So that is what I go by, Little. Even though I am big.
Wow. I've heard of you people
Big
before,
bitch.
but I don't think I've ever met one of you.
Are you perhaps related to Stuart?
Haha, so funny, short man.
Oh,
Little
no.
man, big jokes.
Indeed, I found it very funny. Thank you.
Oh, man.
Well, I mean, weirder things have happened, I guess. Oh, wow. Just so unexpected.
Yeah, so that owl better watch out.
Yeah, the tables have turned a little bit, Percy, I guess.
Percy kind of, well, I mean, Percy really isn't in here, but I
He's
guess.
dead.
Oh, that's
He's
right.
with
Yeah,
you.
he's
Percy's
not.
with
He's
you.
not in
He's with
here.
you. He's with
Oh,
you.
Oh, he is? Okay.
Yeah.
Percy kind of like ruffles up a little bit, kind of like mean mugs, a little bit,
Oh no.
slightly.
Oh no.
And then I'm gonna say, well, listen, Little. So what? You just like to jump in, intrude on other people's stairscapes, or you just wandered in on us? Like, how does that work? Because we were kind of on our. Just curious. You saw us and we're like, I'm gonna jump in.
Basically, she just jumped in.
Ooh. So I guess you do this. Is this like a fun thing for you? Do you enjoy this? Like going to the stairscape?
Okay, so Holland, you regularly go to the stairscape because, okay, she's a mind waker. She is a mind waker. So she does this regularly. I'm sorry. I didn't exactly make that super clear, I think. So she did just intrude on you. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, it was also somewhat unintentional because usually you can only cross over people that you kind of like know and stuff, like cross over their stairscapes that you're kind of like bonded with. But she just kind of showed up, kind of in a fluke.
Oh.
Yeah, so there you go.
Interesting. I mean, I still stand by the weirder things have happened, so I guess it's nice to meet you finally, since I know that previous form wasn't really your true form or anything.
Yeah. Nice to meet y'all too. Hi, Paul.
Oh, like-
Oh, you can't reach.
Low pop.
Oh.
So can we get out of here, please?
How-
Endurance. Isn't endurance like 6 foot?
Endurance is like 6'1" or 2.
Yeah, y'all are like
Yeah.
buddies, like right there.
Oh, it seems like the tall ones are starting to outnumber the shorter ones here. Huh? Would you look at that?
That's not very nice to say. I don't like it when you say it like that. But
It wasn't an insult, Mishra. I was just saying we're rare breeds. It's interesting to see.
We've already ganged up and tried to kill each other. I mean, in a way.
Yeah, and I don't take lightly to rude remarks to Percy. So are we ready to go yet?
How do we get out of here?
Wasn't there a thing we had to say? Like
Oh,
okay, wait, stop. You guys are vibing, and
Hi.
Elodia, you hear this in your brain.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Are you ready? Are you ready? You hear this
Yes.
whisper like you heard before, except now, Endurance, you also hear it at the same time.
Oh, okay.
So it whispers to you, upon the light's brilliant gale delivers a twisted-minded might. Bestow and bless the fateful few possess. Matrionor's augury gifted in surprise. Rayloon's delight gleaming in the eyes. May Yavarna's watch guide the dyad into each other's embrace.
I'm just gonna kind of like hold my head and be like, oh, not again. Oh, I'm so tired of having voices.
You heard something?
Yes. Anybody else here?
So it wasn't
creepy?
just me?
No, it
I-
was most definitely not just you.
Did not hear anything.
You
Oh.
guys must be crazy. I'm not. I've heard
Well,
nothing.
maybe, I mean, it was who, but Misha was hearing voices, so maybe we've just taken the mantle now. Oh,
I didn't hear anything. Must be you. Just crazy
Yes.
you now.
good. Yeah, great. Yeah, well, there was a lot said. I'm not sure I can recall it all this time. Very ominous. Was it the same voice that we've heard previously?
Yep.
Oh, it's that same voice again. I don't know what it's trying to tell me necessarily. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Elodia, did you catch all of that?
Yeah, it sounded as if it was the finishing line to what we heard earlier, going through Buddy's and then coming out of his Serescape. And then can we relay what it was to everybody?
Sure.
Okay,
say it
I
again?
can't. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, guys.
It's a lot. Dyad. I heard Dyad.
I know. That's
Okay,
what popped really
okay.
fast.
Upon the
Can-
light's brilliant. How about I just type it out and send it to you guys? That would
Yeah.
make a lot
Like
more
Discord.
sense.
Great. Yeah.
Oh,
You silly geese.
Could we also have the two earlier parts too?
Yes, I'm sending all of it.
Yeah.
so a dyad is a structure in the cardiac myocyte located at the sarcomere Z line.
Well, that's getting into
Okay.
A
So
dyad is
Versus
also
there.
like a
We
hair.
went for a definition, and now I need the definition of 4 more words.
Anyway, so a dyad's like, it can be a dyad in something. Because I know there's like, not to go Star Wars, but in Star Wars there's like a dyad in the Force.
It's like, yeah, I thought it was like a connection between two people.
I feel like it is
Or
connection.
a connection.
A connection
Something like
between
that.
two things, because it's
In
die.
a way, it's a structure that connects cardiac muscles.
In a way, it's almost
In a
like
way.
So I guess.
In a way.
No, but it applies to the definition you're
Oh.
reading earlier, Sawyer.
Okay.
That's like in cellular division.
LOL. Yeah, no, that's not what I was
catching
going
those
for at all.
keywords.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sarcomere, C line, all the words. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so that's what you hear, and yeah, no other whispers.
Let's
Okay.
break it.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
That's
Twin moon.
ominous. Let's see.
Don't we have twin suns in this world or something like that?
There's
Twin.
moons. I think.
Twin. Yeah.
Yes. Well, it
That's-
sounds almost like this is almost a. I'm not sure it's a
I'm
religious
hearing
thing, but
There's a lot of twos, the twin, dichotomy,
Yep,
and then
dyad.
the dyad.
Agreed. There's lots of two imagery, divine dichotomy. Definitely, almost it. It seems almost religious to me. I'm not sure that's what it really means, but it just.
Somebody do a religion check.
I'm
Holland.
not religious.
Not me.
Holland!
Oh,
Me?
Roll a
Yeah.
d20.
I roll which one? Which one?
It's this one.
Hey Daniel,
Well-
I sent her character sheet. She's proficient, so she can add
got
some
it.
stuff. Yeah. I think it's like a 3 plus a whatever your wisdom is, which is like also a 3. So I think it's like a 6. So I think it's like an 18.
7.
7. Anyway,
18
18.
or plus 4, so it's 16.
Oh,
Four
just
plus
kidding.
your proficiency, which
For a
is
moon.
7 plus 12. 19.
19.
Perfect. Okay.
Cool.
So, all of these mentioned things, like the names at the bottom on the last 3 lines, are aspects, which are kind of like gods. Holland. They're like minor gods that fall under a more major god, and these all 3 fall under Nelia, which is your patron god. Truly, you probably didn't even need to do a religion check. You probably just know this anyway. But so you are a Nelian. Like you do follow the like god of wisdom, Nelia, goddess. And so like these are all 3 of her like aspects. So Matrinor is like the aspect of future knowledge and innovation. Rayloon is the aspect of like wisdom and past knowledge. And also you know that there's like a tree that like Rayloon's knowledge like springs from. There's like this great tree of wisdom like in your kind of religion and whatever. And then Yavarna is like the aspect of present knowledge, and she's kind of like represented by like this great library where like all the knowledge in the world is stored, like knowledge that is had presently. So
Wow. Does she like relay that to us?
I suppose, would you like to relay that to the rest of them, or keep it to yourself?
You can just, I mean, you can just say that you relay it.
Oh, you can just say I relay.
Just say that you relay it.
Unless you don't
I
want
relay
to.
it.
Okay.
Seems we're encountering a lot of aspect theme things lately, like the 7 heaven. I mean, all of that. It just seems very intertwined somehow.
Well, we're in Elajon, which is a lot of the colleges here are aspect devoted. So
True. I wonder what's reaching out to us here. Obviously, it's something. I just don't know.
in the
exactly.
Sarescape as well.
Yeah, it makes me wonder what sort of power is at play here. Emma, is the voice feminine or masculine, or is it just kind of androgynous?
Just androgynous whispers.
And it's weird that only Endurance and I can hear this.
Yes, what's up with that?
Not really great in knowing which aspect is what. I didn't even know there were aspects. So
Yeah, you two aren't religious or anything, are you?
No, far from it.
Oh, okay.
You think Silas would know?
Yeah.
One would think.
Silas probably does
Well.
know, truly.
Yeah.
But you didn't hear the voice? Did you hear the voice of Silas?
Did I?
No.
Also, it's
Okay.
stranger yet because
No.
Silas noted that he can't hear Mask's nor Kareen's voice in his head.
yeah.
Does
He
that
in
mean
the Sarescape.
Makes you wonder what's
Yeah.
being, because Mask is a god. So what can reach here that he can't?
It might not be. It must be originating from the Sarescape. Maybe, I don't know. Since
Does anything live in this airscape? Is this technically a plane? Like, do we even understand this place?
Okay, so Holland, you would probably know this, and I'm just gonna assume you relayed this, so I'll just say it. Not the Sarescape is not a completely understood place. It was just kind of born out of like
shrooms.
fiddling around, kinda, yeah, like just derping around and just like being a bunch of hippies and trying to figure out how to just kind of escape the world. So they created the Sarescape. But it's not really known like how it works or like really what it truly is. It's just known that it's like it just connects your brains to each other. Am I glitching out? Is that why you're laughing at me?
You're gonna have to repeat that.
Yeah, just a little bit. Sorry, I wasn't laughing. I was just smiling.
Okay, let me just
trying to
get rid of
tell
some
him.
crap here. Why Why is this being so fussy today? Okay.
Okay. It's okay.
Okay. Not much is known about the Stairscape. I give up. I give up.
No.
It's not bad. It's just initially sometimes it gets bad.
No, it's really bad.
No.
Pause it. Pause it.
Pause it. Yeah. Pause.
Okay, so the Stairscape, not much is known about it actually. It was kind of just born out of like Freehan derping around with a bunch of other folks because he was sick and tired of being bound to like the academic rigors and things of Illusion. And so he just kind of happened across it, truly. He doesn't even really know himself like how this happened. But it did, and now you guys have the ability to do this. And yeah, you guys just use it. You don't really question what it comes from or like what it does or whatever. It's just you use it. So there you go. And I'm assuming she realized that. Yeah.
Huh. Well, I feel like that somehow explains it more, but also makes me feel like I know less about it. A little confusing.
Do we have to figure this out before we leave? Or is there another way to leave?
I don't know. I'm not sure if it's.
I'm okay with
Intelligence.
leaving.
Intelligence check real quick. See if you guys
Oh, intelligence check. Why not?
probably don't even need this, but I don't know if you guys remember.
That's
Written
not
down
my
our escape word.
20.
There you go. You guys remember there are escape words that you
Escape
have to
word.
say.
No, it's
Nat
like
one.
it's like
Forget
Marie
what
Leco Treo. I don't know how to pronounce what I.
Marin
written down
Coltreo.
What? How do you pronounce it? So I don't
Marie
botch it.
Coltreo.
Maurice
All
J.
right.
Coltrane.
So do we all have to say it at once and pop out, or can we just?
Maybe if we
One
all
at a
want to talk about it
time.
at the same time. I feel like we might want to do it at the same time, being we came in at the same time. I don't know.
Holland, you know you gotta all say the words together.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Together.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Marie.
Marie
Marie
Coltreo.
Coltrane. Yeah.
So
That's it.
God.
We're out.
all right, so you guys all kind of like feel this whooshing of air. Ben, yours is a little bit more turbulent than the rest of them. And so you guys are kind of caught up in the whirling and twirling as everything rushes past you, and you guys find yourselves sitting back in those seats that you did before you entered. And sitting there in front of you is Friday, piddling around in the puddle. And yeah. And so she looks up at you and she's just like,
Oh no.
How'd it go?
Can I like look for Percy and like grab him and just hold him?
Yeah, so Percy's like kind of just chilling out on the back of your chair, and so you grab him and
Yeah.
Is
I'm just gonna
Little in the
hug
room?
him.
yeah, Little is sitting in a chair across from you guys too.
Okay. Oh, interesting. We have a new person that we found. As a hamster at first, now as a whole person. So that was interesting. But we lived. Good things.
Wah wah. Hi, Little.
Hi. Like nauseous.
Do you need your puke bucket again? Wah wah.
Yes. Yes, please.
I'm on it. So she like walks off to go grab Little's puke bucket, and it's like she brings it out and it's got like flowers on it and it says Little on the front, and she hands it over.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
Is it a big puke bucket?
It's pretty good sized.
A big girl.
It's not little, even though it's
Is it a hairball?
Ew.
fiery
You do
hairball.
You bend over and start doing the thing.
Oh no, stop. Stop. Anyway. God. That's disgusting. Oh, this is too creepy. Yeah, so you guys are just vibing, and the water is trickling all around you from the Starscape seats. And Friday's just like, well, I guess I'll go tell Freehan you're back. Bye. And she like skitters off. And you hear her kind of close the door really quick, and he eventually in a minute, like Freehan walks in and he's like, well, how'd it go?
We brought back a mean, large cat named Little.
Ah, Little. Oh no, you didn't bring her back. She's always been here.
Why did she? Why did she just jump in?
Why not?
Okay.
All right.
For fun. Make sure you guys were doing all right in there.
Oh. Makes sense that she's a resident. I guess it looks like, she has her own vomit bucket. That's great. That's nice.
Yeah, she's the only one that hasn't gotten over that. Speaking of
Yeah,
which, make a
my heart
constitution
broke
check,
out.
guys. Or saving throw. Constitution save.
Ooh. And gold. 11.
14.
18.
15.
What'd you get, Sawyer?
Give me a moment.
11.
Oh, +3. Yeah, still
Oh,
bad.
shoot.
Just say 15 is bad.
5. I got 8.
I don't know. I
Oh,
rolled a 15.
never mind.
Let's see what Misha got. Okay.
Oh, we're all gonna throw up.
Yeah, everybody. Oh, I'm sorry. Daniel, what'd you get? What? I can't hear you. 4? Okay, yeah. Buddy and Jorgensen start throwing up violently.
That's right, join me.
Oh,
Oh.
God.
No. Oh.
You still have that prestidigitation spell, whatever, Joffrey?
Yes.
Never seen prestidigitation put in more work.
Well,
Thanks, Maynard.
Yes.
Oh.
Freehan, I have to ask, both me and Endurance heard voice in our head. Does that happen on the regular in the Stairscape? Or have you heard of anything like that?
Not gonna lie to you. Well, a bunch of weird shit happens in the Starscape. I don't really know. What happened? Could be anything.
So, do you all worship Easter here?
Oh, no. No, we don't. We don't follow any gods.
All right, because I think Little said the voices being spoken sounded like they were talking about aspects of Easter egg. Or was it Nelia?
Nelia.
Nelia.
Of Nelia.
But you do recall that the place you're in presently are Nelian ruins.
Oh.
So you say like Easter, and he's just like, yeah, no, we don't worship any gods. We are built on some old Easter ruins or something, but that's about it.
Was it Nelian or Easter egg? Who were we talking about?
Oh, we're built on Easter ruins, but you guys had Nelia in the
Okay.
voices. Yeah.
They're not
Well, that
connected in
doesn't
any
make
way?
sense.
I mean, they're both ancients,
Okay.
supposedly. Yeah.
So, do you worship Nelia?
I used to be a part of the Nelian house, but not anymore.
So, would you know anything about like this? I don't know what to call it, not poem, but the words we heard, and can I relay what we heard to him?
Sure.
Like, are these familiar to you?
How peculiar. I mean, I know what it means, sure. Like, I know what the aspects are. I can't really tell you it specifically. So I'm seeing a lot of 2 imagery here, or numerology, whatever you call it. Seeing a lot of 2s. Twin moon falls on the silver strings that bind. Yeah, I don't know what the heck a twin moon means. Divine dichotomy. Okay, so something like gods related, aspect related, maybe. I don't know. Upon the lights, brilliant gale delivers a twisted minded might. Yeah, I don't know what the heck that means. Bestow and bless, faithful few possess. So like a, I don't know, curse or a blessing, maybe. Matrionor's augury, gifted in surprise. Okay, so Matrinor is like the god or the aspect of like future knowledge, and augury is like also future knowledge. It's an omen or something. So maybe it's a surprise fate. Maybe it's a surprise gift of foresight. I don't really know what that means. Rayloon's delight gleaming in the eyes. Okay, so Rayloon is like wisdom. So this thing is apparently very wise, I suppose. And may Yavarna's watch guide the dyad to each other's embrace. So based on present knowledge, maybe they'll find each other, whoever this dyad is. I can't really help you after that. I'm sorry. I don't know.
I mean, we'll take every little bit of info we can, so thank you.
Sure.
I mean, I don't think any of us know a whole lot, so just a little ominous. But we've had more ominous things, so honestly, it's not as bad as it could be.
Well, did you guys enjoy your 5-day vacay?
5 days?
Yay!
5?
Whoa. 5?
How much
Oh,
time
boy.
passed like for us while we were in there?
Like a day or two, maybe.
Oh.
Gods.
I
Well,
hibernated, so like I'm a new woman.
Aren't you just perfect?
you. I wish I could have. Are we like hungry and like starving and stuff? Like,
Yeah, you guys definitely feel yourself like your tummy is growling.
Oh.
Hankering for some meat.
I'm
Jeez.
hankering for food.
Yeah, and
Yeah, have
water.
you guys like force fed us? Or
If you look in your left arm there, and you look down at your arm, and there's like a small bandage,
okay.
and then he says, "We've been delivering to you fluids, but other than that, no." And you guys also kind of begin to notice, like, oh yeah, we also put some pads down for you in case you you know.
Oh.
And you guys kind of realize,
Oh.
oh man, my outfit is soiled.
Prestidigitation myself.
Oh.
For Maynard, could you please?
Maynard!
Seems I've run out. Sorry.
Oh.
This is inconvenient for
I'm-
Maynard.
I'm joking.
It's a cantrip.
Maynard, please.
Yeah,
Maynard.
insurance, and I never wore pants, and I was on your shoulder the whole time. So
Oh God! Don't remind me.
I'll prestidigitation.
I brought this little hamster turds.
Yeah, so it's clean, and then you also kind of begin to notice there are like little floating like orbs in the water, and you notice they're kind of like little scenty orbs and stuff for this room.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah. So you kind of see walking through the back door, there's kind of like a janitorial crew walking in, and so Freehound's like, yeah, we're still trying to kind of get the kinks worked out on how the logistics of all of, your stay here and whatnot.
So you could warn us that we'd be in there 5 days in the physical realm.
Some people are there for 5, some are there for a few hours. How am I to know?
I'm just. I can deal with the hungry thing, and like I'm just like, I don't know. This is really a bit embarrassing. Thank you, Maynard, for that because
Of course.
Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed your time. And thanks for hanging out with us at the Mind Wakers.
All
I
right.
Hope
Thank
your
you.
mind is feeling refreshed, renewed, rejuvenated, awakened.
something. All right, I don't know.
I'm better than ever, dude.
We got our friend back, so
That's true.
that's all that really matters.
I'm hungry, annoyed, and angry. Let's leave.
Oh,
Does Mishra seem any different?
And Buddy.
Yeah.
Buddy seems
yeah.
like you haven't seen Buddy like this since like when you met him.
I've never seen him like this.
Yeah, you've never seen him in a normal state.
Yeah.
Mishra seems better. She seems better. She's still like slightly kind of like a little quiet, but like she's a lot better. She's just like, ew, I guess I peed all over myself. I haven't done that in a few months.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
As one does.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Thank
I
you
don't
for
want
the
to talk about this anymore. Let's just go and get
You
some
don't like
food.
talking about pee-pee, Elodia? Pee-pee,
No.
poo-poo.
Any twosies, guys?
Oh.
We need to buy
Just
her
want
some
to.
diapers.
Eh,
I say we, but I mean someone other than me, please.
I mean, maybe now we won't need a child leash for Mishra.
well, you know what? I'm hungry, so I'm gonna go ahead and make my exit. So she gets up and like starts walking out.
I go after.
Follow it.
Yeah, I will too, I guess.
So Freehan's like, hey, and he like pulls out a coupon from his pocket and he hands it to you guys. And he's like, we like to give a little breakfast to settle the stomach after your first time in the Xeriscape. So here's a little discount on breakfast from me. And you look at the thing and it says like Miladine's Breakfast Hut, like 25% off coupon on the All-Star breakfast. So
it's like the beginning of the day?
Yeah.
Where is Miladine's Breakfast Hut?
Oh, it's over there in Weller.
Oh, all right.
So you want to? Oh, see. Since you said little, I thought you meant that you give little breakfast, and I was a little offended that you handed it. But now I understand. You give us a little breakfast. She's got me all mixed up now. Is little just sitting there still, or is she just? What are you doing?
Yeah,
Little?
she's just vibing.
Okay. All right.
On our way out, I go like this, right? And then I just go like that.
Well, Friday looks at you and she's just like, wah, wah. So you guys all make your exit and you are now in Ilijan and making your way to Miladine's breakfast hut in Weller. So let's turn some
Make my way down to Weller.
Okay. Making my way downtown, walking fast, people fast.
Silence is still half robed.
Gonna get 25% off.
Okay, so can I turn this down just slightly? Hello. Yeah, okay, so you guys make your way down to Weller, and everybody's kind of a little groggy in Weller right now. You can see people kind of walking out of Seventh Heaven, pretty groggy and feeling like crap, but you can still hear the music bumping at the top. Like only the top level is bumping right now. And you see people kind of gathered in the streets. A couple people like look like sorority girl groups, look like they're making their way to the fancy restaurants that they got in Weller. So finally you guys kind of ask around, look around, and you make it to Miladine's Breakfast Hut, kind of on this little tiny by street. It's got these like yellow letters with black text in the middle, and it just says Miladine's Breakfast Hut. And you enter, and there's like a counter, a tiled counter, and you go up, and there's a lady standing behind the counter, and she's just got like an eye patch over one eye, and she's got her very wiry gray hair pulled back in a fluffy little bun. And she walks up to you and she's just like, what can I get for ya? Kind of got an underbite like this.
Is there a menu?
Got a coupon.
Got a coupon.
You got a coupon?
Yeah.
All right.
Is it only for the All-Star special?
Yeah.
Is it 25% off of one or our entire check?
Let me look at it. She like holds it up and she kind of like takes her eye patch and moves it over to the other side. And you can see that this eye is like huge. She like holds it up and she's just like,
Yeah.
Why would she have?
She just is like, yeah, it looks like one all-star breakfast.
Only one?
Oh, okay.
That's
What
one per
the
person,
heck?
correct?
Looks like it, hon. Unless y'all want
One-
to split an all-star.
Oh,
How big is an all-star breakfast?
If you're really hungry, it'll cover you for breakfast and lunch, maybe a little dinner, or you can split it between 2 people, maybe. Yeah.
Ma'am, I would like a hash brown bowl.
I got you covered, baby. And
And a
she like
side of milk.
pulls out her little cigarette, puts it down.
and the ash falls into the food. The true Waffle House experience.
Delicious.
Hey, no, this is Miladine's breakfast hut. So
Yeah,
yeah,
this is unrelated.
Waffle
not
House.
related. Anything else? We got fried dough, fruit on it. We got a quail egg surprise. Ogre yak.
You got any cat?
What is ogre yak?
Cat food. I could probably whip you something up. Ogre yak. Yeah, it's one of the house specials. They went out, found an ogre, cut his testicles off, drain them into a
Oh.
bowl, whip it up with some eggs.
That's terrible. Why?
Just good eating, fried up a little.
What does yak mean?
Just looks like yak. I mean, Jesus Christ, have you seen it?
It's kind of like what you were doing, Little. I mean, yeah.
I think
Great.
I'd like some fried fruit dough.
It's pretty
Fried dough
good.
fruit.
I'll have what Silas is having.
All right.
Any waffles?
What in the hell is a waffle?
Do you have pancakes?
I'm about to change your life. Okay.
I got some dough, fried dough, and some
What
fruit.
kind of breakfast is this if you don't have waffles?
I'll have the fried dough and fruit, please.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I guess I'll take that as well.
Do they
Okay,
have
yeah.
waffles in this world?
Maybe, just not
Waffles to
here.
Can I create the waffle?
Sure, I guess so. Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, so she goes back there and she gets to work, and you see this very tall orc man come back out, and he's just like shirtless with just his apron. He's back there cooking some stuff up, and he's got a little chef hat on.
Oh, he has to cook the orc testicles?
Oh, this
Ogre. It was ogre.
Oh, okay.
That
Not the
sounds
same.
illegal.
Oh,
That does sound illegal.
does sound a bit. Yeah.
Very
So he's
illegal and
you
very
you
wrong.
actually watch he is making up a batch of orc
Oh.
or ogre yak, and you see this like huge, like this big, and he comes up and he like slashes it, and it just falls in this bowl, and throws some eggs in there with some breading, is like cooking it up, throws it in a pan
Okay.
and fries it. Yeah. So, and then you see this like real squirrely old man over on the side, like just eating it up. So then, yeah, you see her making the fried dough, and she finally brings it all out and dumps like a mixed fruit compote on there, and it's just drenched in grease. And she brings you your very nice hash brown bowl,
How?
and she puts a
Hash brown bowl.
she makes you your hash brown bowl and does like 2 eggs and like a little smiley face with some ketchup on it.
When does grease even get involved with fried? Well,
Here, apparently. Yeah.
fried dough and fruit.
Ugh.
Is there like are we like sitting near like booths or tables or anything? Are we
Yeah,
standing?
you guys are like at the bar. You guys are sitting at the
Okay.
bar.
Endurance is just gonna kind of like reach out and like run a few fingers along the table and kind of like look. Are they like dirty?
Grimy.
You know what? I'm not even gonna think about it. I'm so hungry. I don't think I care. I don't think I
Alright.
care anymore.
Who got the all-star breakfast?
Not me.
Nobody.
Great. No one. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Little goes in the
I just
corner in the
Throw it
back.
behind me.
Little goes in the corner in the back and like slides a 20 to someone and I'm like, you got the good shit. And then give it to me. it's like some Friskies, and I'm like,
Catnip. What?
Yeah, so they slide you some stuff and you got it. Yeah. You see like a shady tabaxi in the corner and they like slide you some little snackies and stuff.
Little
So-
ogre.
Yeah. So you see kind of the bell rings and you see kind of a group of college kids walk in and they look like they've had a rough night at Seventh Heaven. And they go and they slide into a booth and you overhear them talking and one of them's just like, "Oh yeah, man, I guess it's the best party we've seen and we're gonna see for a while. I guess we can't really do anything at the dorms anymore." And the other one's like, "Yeah, I guess it's for the best. At least I don't have to keep it clean." And the other one's like, "Well, I kind of gonna miss dorm life. It's kind of a bummer they're sending us all home. That really sucks." So you just kind of overhear that going on. And then, oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
And then one of them's just like, "Yeah, I hear they're sending them back over the wall, but I don't really know."
Endurance is gonna kind of pick up on this. And like, how many of them are there? Like, is it like a small group?
It's like 5 college kids. They all look like they just kind of a mix of different races.
Okay. Endurance is just gonna kind of like walk over there, try to be like not totally scary looking. Just be like, "Did you say they're sending you home from your dorms?"
And so like you see a young half elf kind of perk up with big old glasses, and she's just like, "Yeah, we got to get sent home because they're putting all the refugees in some of our dorms, but I mean, there's definitely not enough room for them." And then the another one pipes up, this redheaded boy with this little ugly rat tail. It's just like, "Yeah, I heard they're sending them to Overreach and stuff. The rest of them, there's not enough room for them. I don't know what else they're gonna do. I mean, it sucks, but hey." And then you hear another one, like an orc boy, like leans forward and he's just like, "How do they expect them to make it the winter in Overreach? It's so cold up there. I mean, I guess they'll just have to do what they gotta do or something. Maybe they'll figure something out."
Wow, that's horrible. I had no idea. We were just kind of staying in some of the dorms like overnight once. I had no idea. Is this a recent development?
Yeah, they sent out a note about 2 days ago saying that they needed the extra space and we were gonna be sent home tomorrow.
Oh, wow. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for telling me. And she'll kind of like walk back to the group and be like, "Did you guys catch any of that? Anybody?"
Yes, no one got the all-star breakfast. Really ridiculous.
No, about the dorms. They're sending home the college kids to make room for the refugees, and they're sending them to some place called Overreach, where apparently, according to, I'll point to the orc boy, according to him, they might freeze to death in the winter. The refugees, or the ones that can't fit in the dorms. It's sounding like a bad situation.
You say when?
Soon. Emma, did I forget when they said?
They're sending them home tomorrow.
Okay, tomorrow. Apparently.
What about like the Sovereign Overnorn Cross? What about Tareen? Would they be
I didn't
placed over there?
ask that much. We can go and ask them maybe, but they just told me that they're sending all the college kids home and they're giving the dorms to the refugees, and what dorms they can't give to them, they're being sent away. And I don't know. Sounds bad.
Guess we should go talk to Tareem today.
I am in agreement with you.
Since
Yeah.
he really wanted to tell us something about hopefully what happened and what's going on, but
Hopefully he's
this
still
doesn't
here.
look good.
No, it doesn't at all. Ooh. Great. Is our food ready? Is like my food ready?
Oh yeah, you guys are been eating.
All right, Endurance is just gonna start like rapidly stress eating.
Look over at Buddy. Buddy, do you feel like yourself now, or did it work? Are you good? I can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
Huh?
Can't hear you.
No.
I can barely hear you. Just talk really loud. Talk
Yeah.
really loud.
You hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I think it just wasn't picking up because it was so far. But yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I say my mind feels so much clearer. And
Oh, good.
yeah,
Do you
Is
remember
this the real
everything?
buddy?
I feel like I remember most of my memories. They all came back. I feel
Wait.
like Buddy again.
Did Marvin make it? Did he make it through, or
Oh.
was that just a stairscape of the stairscape reality?
Oh, Marvin.
Marvin's back. You take your you notice that there's like a glowing in a ring, and you like kind of smack them together, and Marvin appears by your side. Hello,
What
sir.
the hell?
Did you look at that? Wow, I guess everything wasn't fake in there. Impressive.
Oh.
Hello,
Great.
buddy. I am Silas. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Silas.
Well,
Oh, great. Do you know who was trying to attack you and your family that you're running from, so we know to avoid
Sorry,
them?
what?
Or
Do I know anyway?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I do know.
who is it?
Yeah. I know him. Yeah.
Sorry,
don't-
I
don't worry
thought
about it.
you knew it. I thought you were gonna share. Okay. Alrighty. So, buddy, you are running from Lord Baron Astor, and he is. Sawyer, are you okay?
Aster.
I knew you would laugh at that. I knew you were gonna laugh at that.
Oh my.
oh my god.
So
You said
Lord
it
Baron
so-
Astor, I knew somebody was gonna freaking laugh at that, you jerk. Okay, anyway. So he was a professor at the Lyceum Institute, and he was one of the ones that was basically threatening you and your family if you didn't hand over some of your AI technology and stuff like that, and that is why you decided to make your escape.
Sounds like a pretty terrible fellow.
It's quite frightening. I really hope he doesn't find my family. I haven't seen them since I've sent them off.
Was that close? How close was that to the time we found you?
2 years.
2 years.
I'm sorry, but what happened? Where are you from? What's happening with your family? I don't really know anything about you.
So I'm from Lyceum, and I created some high-tech stuff that people wanted
Okay.
to protect my family.
Why are you laughing, Emma?
We sure this guy's okay?
Mishra looks over at you and she's just like, buddy, you're so happy and giggly since we've brought you back to your normal state. I love to see you smile like that.
Oh god. Oh no. Mishra, I thought we left this in the stairscape.
Leaf, what?
Oh, I guess she doesn't quite remember the harem, but
Wait,
Let's
what
not
did
give
you
her
just say?
Let's not give her any ideas, okay? We have enough going on already.
Did you just say harem?
Let's keep that memory repressed. I think we should keep that one. Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we don't know what we're talking about either.
No, I have no clue actually. What did I say? I don't remember.
Well, we're all very happy that that Buddy is okay.
It's great. It's fantastic. Yeah, absolutely. And that is all that we remember from the stairscape is that Buddy is great now.
And at some point, we should reunite him with his family.
For sure. For sure. And make sure
Lyceum? Question mark?
Lyceum.
close enough. Yeah. I guess so. Yeah. I guess we've got another little thing on our list. Interesting.
Speaking of which, what is our next move?
I would assume we would go see Tareem, being there appears to be some sort of it's already tumultuous in the city, but it appears everything's gotten worse. So we should probably go see what he has to say.
Well, I don't think is it our responsibility to interfere with the political ongoings of this town?
I mean, we have to catch Tareem before he's deported,
He
right?
said he wanted
So-
to speak to us.
Yes,
Okay.
and he kind of helped save our lives back in, so I think we owe him that at least.
And
Okay.
since when have we ever cared about politics?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
I'm not.
This isn't
I don't
political.
care about politics. We just want to go talk to Tareem.
We are
I
talking.
just
Okay.
want to find out more about Pale Rider too.
That makes sense. That makes
There's a lot of
sense.
stuff going on right now, and it seems that's a good area to go, and he might know more, and especially more since it's been 5 days since we were in the Airscape. So
Okay.
yeah, let's finish our really shitty food, and then we can go there.
What did you just say?
I
moves
mean,
her-
the absolutely delightful thing that I'm eating. It's amazing, delicious.
You
That's-
cover your good eye, or
They're both good eyes, son.
Can
I
we
was
just
so
eat?
antagonized.
Hurry up and eat and leave. I'm like
I'm trying.
looking at the party, like, and
I'm
not say
eating.
anything.
My food is gone. I'm eaten.
Beautiful eyes. Thank you for the
Alright.
half round bulb.
Here's your bill. It's 5 gold for the whole thing.
All right, I'll pay it out of the party fund. Man, we could have got a 25% off.
Maynard, no one
Well-
was stopping you from ordering the all-star breakfast.
I
so-
didn't want it. I thought someone else was going to get
Well,
it.
Maynard, I think you're not realizing that we're all idiots. So obviously, if you
Endurance
nobody
for
else,
the love of everything holy. Let's just go. Gosh.
Self-endurance.
I'm really glad that the
Alright.
family's all back
I
together again.
tried haggling the price.
you did. Yeah, be careful. Your organization might have you scratch your back like the other lady did. I don't think you want to do that again. So
The family is all back together again. So happy.
Indeed.
delightful.
We also need to discuss at some point, we might want to do another odd job to get some money. We have 100 gold now.
Okay. Right. We need to do that. We also need to get
What's
what little
Y'all use vocabulary that I don't know. What's a harem?
see, well,
endurance.
When you
Don't
get
even
uh,
try.
and you can't get it out. You can't get the stuff
when
out.
you get a hair and then you like put it on him. It's a harem. That's what it is.
I thought it
Yeah.
was a group of boys used for like personal romantic pleasure and stuff.
Well, see, things have different meanings in the Sarescape, Mistra. I'm referring to the totally real version. Gods. Little.
I
Oh,
should
sorry.
find it correctly. Let's go. Let's find Tareem. We'll find a job. But let's talk to Tareem for the love of everything under the sun.
Oh.
Know that.
All right, Little, it was good to meet you.
Yeah.
I hope you have a safe journey.
Yeah, you're, yeah.
Mishra goes up to Little and she kind of goes to reach up and she like stands on her tiptoes because she can't really reach you and she's like, can I pet your head? And so she leans down and she just like pets her head and she's just like, your fur is very soft. It's kind of like that cat that I saw with the centaur people. You know, the one that just disappeared. It's very
Wait, what?
soft. You know, that cat that I tried to find, it disappeared. It was there and it was really fluffy and gray, like this.
Kind of look at
No.
endurance like
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes,
You
that's
sure we
why.
did this Airscape stuff right?
You know, Little, I like petting your fur. Maybe you should hang out with us a little bit longer, because your fur is really pleasant to pet.
Can't hear you.
Move it a little closer.
Hear me?
Yeah,
Now
no-
we-
now,
Now.
yeah.
Now we can't.
Now
Yeah, you gotta get in that.
Up close and personal.
like I can't purr because I can't roll my R's, but I'm like,
I'm
I'm coming with y'all. Show thing.
A cat that can't roll its R's. That's new. It's a new one for me.
You like that hair?
Oh, that's the canonical purr. Just the character itself cannot purr.
Cat that can't purr.
So Misha's just like, well, that's okay. You're still a cat anyway. It's okay. I still think you're a cat. You feel like a cat. You look like a cat. You must be a cat, right?
Yeah, I think I'm a cat too.
Well, okay.
Meow.
So where are we going exactly?
Tareem? Right? Was that the consensus?
Yeah.
He
And
was
we
at
know
the house.
Tareem is. Sorry, what?
House of Vander was the last time we saw him, but I don't know if he'd still be there or not.
Well, I guess that's the first place we should check.
Might as well go
And we
look.
You're a ranger. You can track him from there, I'm sure. Something.
Percy can go
Yeah.
fly and look for him.
Actually, Little, you have a spell that might be able to help really quick.
Yes, Restrum.
Go ahead. I'll pause it so we can find the spell. Okay. So, what's your plan?
So where is this Tareem?
Guess he's still at the Temple of Vander, or College of Vander.
How are we gonna get there?
I just take the red line like we have been. It's the only way we can.
But we're going to the College of Vander.
I guess so.
Right.
We
Okay,
should.
just want to make sure.
Yes, we're not stopping at the station. We are going straight there.
I could
Try to
always.
give Maynard a look like, you sure about that?
Yes. I knew the first time, so I'm just making sure everyone else knows.
If we want to make sure he's there, I could. I mean, of course, this is assuming he's looking at the sky. But I could always use. I could write in the sky and tell him to meet us there. But that's only if we want to.
But there might be spies for Pale Rider
yeah.
out in the city.
True. Probably not a great idea.
Unless somebody, I don't know, has a way to deliver a message, or I don't know.
I wish there was a code name. We should have come up with a code name for him. That'd been smart.
Oh, it was a brief meeting. So.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, not very long.
Are we still hurt?
No.
Oh, so it's like a long rest has happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like you got out of the stairscape and nothing ever happened.
Okay.
We feed ourselves.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I think the train or red line sounds like a good option right now. Hopefully he's there. Hopefully. So that's my best guess.
All right. So we'll head that way.
All right, so you guys get on the red line, and you're taking it over back to the House of Vander. And as you are, you're passing by, seeing the buildings whooshing past, and you notice that the streets are kind of a little bit crowded over towards where Grand Keep is, and you notice that something is happening on the bridge. You're driving past, and you see like this huge crowd of people there. And at the front of the crowd, you see this hulking figure in a massive suit of red plate armor, full helmet, very intimidating looking, with a massive red greatsword at the front of all these people. Now, it doesn't look like anything is happening, other like violent or anything. It just looks like there may be a protest, maybe just a demonstration. Not really sure, but you guys pass that. While you're going on your way. that doesn't really require a perception check or anything. You just kind of. Actually, yeah, no, it doesn't require a perception check. You kind of notice it. And finally, you guys get over to the station at the House of Vander. You get out, and it looks like they have kind of cleared the streets a little bit. There are a lot less people over in this sector than there were previously. But also, you don't notice as many students in this area as there were before.
Well, seems like it's cleared out a little bit. But something. It'll be easier to spot him if he's here.
I guess we just go up to the door. I don't know.
Maybe they'll actually let us in this time.
Maybe so.
Well, this is kind of loud.
Guess I'll walk up to the main door.
I don't like this music. Okay. Where was I? You guys walk up to the main door. And the guards are standing there with the thing in front of them like there were before. Once again, this is the same stupid music. Okay.
I feel like I'm in Harry Potter.
Yeah, I know. This is stupid. Hold on, let me Okay, so you guys approach the House of Vander as it was previously. These beautiful hedges out in the front, and these beautiful domed buildings. This is creepy. Dadgummit. Oh well. Beautiful domed buildings, and okay. You guys are in this garden, and it is a lot quieter because obviously there are none of the refugees are still here, but you can still, as you're kind of looking around, a lot of the stuff looks very trampled. A lot of the hedges and the bushes are trampled, and grass is laid upon, and you see kind of garbage and refuse sitting kind of around where people have made camp here for days on end. And you see some of the people kind of dressed in the attire of Vander, bearing the mark on their chests, coming around and cleaning this stuff up and trying to get it back in order. And you even see some young mages in the gardens kind of using some of their plant growth magic to restore these plants and make it as beautiful as it was before. So back up at the front are the same guards that you guys saw, or they look to be the same guards, as you saw when you first arrived. So you approach, and one of them kind of looks at you and is like, "What can I do for you?"
Good day, gentlemen. We are here to speak with one of the refugees. His name is Tareem. He wanted to speak with us.
I can probably get someone to check you in. If you go inside, I'll walk you in.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. So he opens the door, and he stops you right at the front, and he says, "I'm going to need you all to leave your weapons here, please. We're kind of under some tight restrictions at the moment."
Sure.
All right. What the? Sorry, hold on.
So you guys walk in, and there are these beautifully tiled floors. It is a long extending hall with columns, and the dome kind of reaches far up, and you can see there are these massive windows, these little very tall windows up and down, heading down this giant kind of entry chamber. And there are stairs leading up from there, and you can tell that towards the top, it's almost like this whole entire building is tiered. So this is the first tier, and then you go up the stairs, and it looks like there's a courtyard up there, and it's open air, and there's a garden. And so he asks that you kind of leave some of your goods on some of these tables as you first enter. So everything here is very ornate, very pretty. As you look at the columns, they're all very well decorated at the tops, very well carved. And as you kind of look at some of the carvings along the top of the atrium, you can see that they're depicting some different kind of aspects of Vander. You see life, you see storms, you see energy, you see kind of all these different carvings representing all these different things. So he ushers you forward, and the halls are rather quiet. You can see that there are guards posted up kind of at different spots, but it is pretty peaceful. So he leads you forward, and you can tell that there's also kind of like a lift over on the side. It's not like an elevator, but it's like next to the stairs. There's this lift. It's very long, about 8 people, and it is attached to the wall, and you can see it's like a stone that will raise and fall to take you to the different levels. So he takes you up there, and he goes and stands on the lift, and he's like, I'm kind of tired of walking up them stairs. You want to just take the lift? And just kind of ushers you guys on, and it begins to raise and take you to the second level. And at the second level, you're kind of now almost in that courtyard I was describing. So it's like there are these halls, these columned halls, and in the center there is a fountain and a huge skylight above you. It's like a huge conservatory. And once again, it is unnaturally quiet in these halls. And he takes you down one of these halls into a kind of into a by hall, and it looks to be like all these dorm rooms and whatnot, and you kind of begin to hear like low mumbles and things like that. And it looks like this is more of the residential area, and you can kind of see some of the doors are open, and you can see some of the people. Some of them are the more young and very old of the refugees staying in these rooms. Everything looks to be very haphazardly thrown in there, but it does look like they've been given new sets of clothing, and they do look dirty and still very shell-shocked. But he continues to lead you down that hallway and up another set of stairs until you guys are now at the 3rd floor. And he takes you to a very nice area of residential halls, into a very big room. It looks like it's a very well laid out antechamber with a table in the center, very circular room. And he says, okay, let me go ask real quick so we can see where your friends are. And so he kind of goes to that back room, and he comes back out in a second with a sheet of paper, and he's just like, all right, you said, what was the name? Tareem?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, okay. I'll take you there. And so he kind of leads you back down to the normal residence halls, and takes you to one particular room, and it looks to be like this small wooden room with a bed there and a bookshelf built in. And you see Tareem is sitting there looking out his window at a little desk, and it's almost like he doesn't notice you even come in. He's just like staring out the window down at the gardens and whatever. And so the guard's like, can I do anything else for you?
I don't believe so. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, sure, let me know. He leaves.
Just as we go in, I give a knock on the door. Tareem?
And he kind of is like holding his arm and kind of nervously like rubbing his arm and stuff, and he looks over at you. He's just like, oh, hello. Please come in. And he kind of motions around. He's just like, feel free to sit wherever you want.
Go ahead and just go sit nearby.
Well, how have you all been in the last few days?
It's kind of hard to explain.
Loaded question.
Yeah. I mean, we were here, but we also kind of weren't. It was kind of like a mind thing we had going on. We had to do some mental cleanup, but we're good now. It's great. We're back.
A bad trip.
Yeah, bad trip.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Can I offer you any tea or anything?
I'm all right. We just had a very questionable breakfast, and I'm not sure if I can keep anything else down. So I appreciate it though.
Sure.
I'm fine. Thank you. How are you?
Guess I'm as good as I can be right now.
Heard some news from some college kids that were in the restaurant we were in, talking about how they're clearing the dorms for the refugees.
Yes. Well, it's been a little bit of a little trouble. There's only so many spots, and unfortunately, House of Vander's the only one willing to take anybody in. So we're having to send the rest of our number across the walls to a place they call Overreach. It's supposed to be some sort of fortress, or I don't know exactly, but uh, from my understanding, conditions there aren't exactly favorable. And in terms of security, it's definitely not on par with what we have within the city walls. But at least it's a place for my people to stay.
I'm sorry to hear that. That's terrible. I wish they could fit them all here. I hate that the College of Vander is the only one willing to help them.
I don't understand why people can't put their differences aside and just help one another. And you notice that on his arms, the runes that had been there previously, like he had had blue runes kind of all across his body, but you notice that they are just ever so lightly just only on his arm, and that is all. And you can see that the axe that he had in his hands previously is laying over on a shelf or propped up against a shelf. And you notice every once in a while he like looks over to it and just kind of looks away.
I know you mentioned that you were you at some point wanted to tell us what happened. Is it still too soon?
No, I think it's probably time. I don't know how long we'll be here, but we'll figure it out. And he kind of looks out the window again, and he just says, "It was so unexpected. They almost just appeared. Didn't make sense. Didn't make sense how they made it so quickly. They weren't supposed to make it for another few days. We were still preparing. And on top of that, they arrived within our walls. I fear for any city that may stand in their way. But when they came, it was just a slaughter. Within hours, they had taken out our lowest sectors of the city and made their way towards the top. We did our best to evacuate any of the citizens that we could. That's what Sugi and Bala and Marshall and I were tasked with. We had to help get the people out and to the top so they could be taken away. And so that's what we did for a long time. And, well, eventually it was overwhelming. And they were just spilling out of every place. I don't know how they all came in. Vala was the first to fall. She cast her wards on me, hoping to keep me safe. And she did. And it was Sugi. He was the next. And then Marshall tried to take me to the top to get me out, and he told me he was going to go back for Sugi's body to show his mother. And so I didn't see him after that, but I know that he managed to get the body back. So maybe he's still out there.
Could he be here?
I hope so. I hope he is lost among the masses. But the trouble is that we knew that he could come. We didn't. Sugi told me that they had seen something in the Terramin. It was a disturbance. Something in the spheres in the planes had shifted. He said he saw something in it, but we just thought it was nothing. Brushed it aside. The advisors brushed it aside. But I think it was actually an opening. A plane, if you will. We've been seeing a lot of them lately, but I wouldn't have imagined that one would just show up like that in our own city.
Forgive me, Tareen, but what did you say, the Terramin?
Terramin. It's the contraption that Non-Cross built, was blessed with, that it shows the locations of the planes in relation to each other. It's a very well-balanced contraption. It looks like a million cogs all balanced into one in a giant semicircular room contained in one giant sphere. It floats, it moves, it breathes. But we are the keepers of the planes. That was what Non-Cross was known for. And that was why we were tasked also with seeing out whatever was happening in Tentaclins and in Netero. But I don't know. But it's too late for any conjecture.
Didn't seem like normal magic or anything, did it?
What resides there is not exactly magic. It is just the simple interweavings of the planes. So no, not quite. I don't exactly know everything about the Terramin. Sovereign Nashtal might have more for you on that, but she's beside herself right now with grief.
Do you think that Pale Rider was using the plane to traverse faster to Norncross and caught you by surprise?
We very well could have. We thought we were the only ones that had access to magics like that and abilities like that.
Did you all arrive here quickly somehow, or was it just that they attacked so soon? That's why you were here before us.
Well, that's how we evacuated the people, is with the help of that magic, planar magic, teleportation circle. But as soon as we arrived here, there's one here in Illusion, and there's another in Lyceum. There was the one in Non-Cross. We used it sometimes. It was never truly any sort of thing that we would use unless in an emergency. But when we arrived, we immediately destroyed it in fear that he would arrive in the middle of the city. And we sent word to Lyceum to destroy theirs as well. So Hopefully, nothing will come of that. But whatever ability that they possess to just arrive in the city like that, it's far more. I don't know.
That's terrible. I'm so sorry you had to go through all that. I'll admit I don't know much about the planes or how they intersect, but it is a bit frightening that it seems that walls can be reduced to, I don't know, not being necessary or not doing their job. How can you defend something if somebody can just get past them?
Exactly.
I guess if this is the case, then nowhere is really safe if they know how to do such things. Seems like information that people should be taking to heart. Do you know if the higher ups in this city are well aware of what happened exactly?
Oh, they are well aware of what happened, and yet they do not have sympathy. It falls on deaf ears.
Typical.
Are they preparing in any way?
Preparing is the word to use. Preparing to strike a deal, turn their bellies up.
Yeah. I've always wondered why I never liked living in cities, and this is why. You can have a wonderful city, but one bad leader, multiple, and terrible things can happen or be allowed to happen. It's ridiculous.
Well, fortunately, the good leader of the House of Vander has gone to bat for us with our dear lady, and also in her stead, as she is not exactly fit to be seen in court right now. But the leader of the High Council of Villajon is not exactly to be convinced. Sir Marston, hopefully he can get through, if not to Salem, but to the rest of the city.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like it doesn't matter how advanced a city is or how well defended or well guarded, nobody is quite safe from them. So I do hope they see reason at some point. But I hope your people can get to a safer place and overreach at some point, at least a place that's somewhat defensible. I know that sounds difficult, but I don't know. It's a bad situation.
Indeed. Well, anytime you see anyone on the streets, let them know they're in danger. Let them know they cannot just strike a deal with the Pale Rider. He will destroy everything.
I wish there was a way to make the council see reason. You would think that seeing all these refugees pour in and hearing your story would help, but it seems that not even that can convince them. If that can't, then I don't know what can.
I'm sure some of them have reason.
Yeah, it's just not the ones that are in full charge of it, of course.
Precisely.
I'd say magic could help, but magic is only temporary. Even if somebody could convince them, it could just wear off and we're back to square one again.
Indeed.
Not great. Do you know where the Pale Rider is now? Or where he was headed?
I'm assuming he was in Norncross, licking his wounds. There was another thing. Part of the reason why we were able to evacuate so quickly is that There was a disturbance in the Terramin when he did arrive. It was almost as if it responded to his presence in a very unconventional way. Usually just you see minuscule sparks and little floats and tilts of the way that it's constructed, but part of it fell. I don't know what that meant. Hopefully nothing sinister, but I can't help but wonder.
Licking his wounds, did the Terramin falling on him, did it affect him negatively, or what do you mean by falling?
It didn't fall on him, it just part of it fell when he arrived within the walls, so we knew that something was present. So I'm assuming he suffered losses as well when he entered the city.
His hold on this Terramin isn't as strong as he thinks it is, or if it could be weakened somehow.
Perhaps.
Forgive me if this is too painful to bring up, but what do you remember anything about their forces? What did they use? Or is it just their overwhelming numbers that overtook Noncross? Or
They came in wave after wave after wave, with their golden masks on their faces. Some of them wielded weapons and some of them wielded magics, but their sheer numbers were enough to overwhelm us, but their power was fearsome as well.
Was it all elves? Were there any other creatures among them, or was it just elves?
You could never tell. Their masks were on, and their hoods and their helmets and everything, and could have been elves, may have not been.
Was the Pale Rider there himself?
I saw his beast in the skies. I can't help but think he was the one riding it.
What sort of beast are you referring to?
A griffin.
The griffin.
Oh, that's right. Oh.
Well, what will you do now? Are you staying?
I cannot leave my queen in her time of need. I cannot leave my people. I will accompany her in court as soon as I am able. Well, if you have any more knowledge on the Pale Rider, I know you looks at Elodia. I know you had some encounters with him previously. And if you ever happen to know anything of use, it would be very helpful if you shared it with us.
I mean, on this scale, this is beyond my scope of what he's done to me and my family. I thought it would never come to this far reaching, and I'm sincerely horrified and shocked and incredibly you have my just deepest condolences. I don't know what else to say. All I know is that he's a very powerful sorcerer, if you can call him that, and he's what he did to me, what I still have to deal with, what he did to my family. I don't know. I don't know what he's capable of. Just pain and suffering, and that's all I know.
Indeed. Well, I suppose while I'm here, I might as well brush up on my magic, since I am in the city of magic. Prepare for war. Maybe you should too.
Like, we all should do a little bit of preparing. This is, yeah, a bit disturbing.
And about that time, you hear a knock on Tareem's door, and you see a a lumbering figure kind of walking by, and appears in the doorway and says, "Can I get you anything else?" And you lock eyes with this red dragonborn with a yellow tabard and a little tray of cookies.
Oh, it's your friend.
Oh, greetings, my friends.
Maliotis?
What? Oh yeah.
I didn't expect to see you all here.
I mean, we knew you were here, but in the middle of everything of going, truly, it's a small world, I guess.
To be here. Wow. Hope you've been doing well.
Cookie?
Sure.
Sure.
Don't mind if I
Thank
do.
you.
He says,
Thank you.
how you all did not come at a very good time.
Not particularly, but is there ever a good time in the world as it is now? Not really.
Indeed not.
Ugh.
Well, I am here doing my duty and assisting the way I can. Okay, guys, I said duty. All right, anyway.
Sorry,
move right along.
I would have cracked up, and then you both cracked up.
Friggin' Sawyer.
I was being mature. I was
It went
mature
over.
until Sawyer cracked up, and then I was not mature
Gotta think of different words.
anymore.
All right. Pull it together. Okay.
I'm calm now. I'm fine.
Put this on yourself, Emma.
Fine. Fine.
Okay, I'll be more careful next time. All right. So Maliotis says, "Yes, I've been helping with the refugee crisis that's been going on here. I can't do very much, but as a student, I do what I can.
Make cookies.
I make cookies.
Very good cookies indeed. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Have
you.
your studies been going well?
Indeed, they have. I've been learning lots, along with, as you may remember, Alune. She's one of my classmates, and we've been training under a third-rank wizard.
Oh, that sounds important. Nice.
Oh, it is. Here in the College of Vander, there are 3 ranks of wizard, and then the dean himself. So I'm very honored to be training with her.
I'm assuming no sightings of Carovian.
Oh, surely not.
Good. Didn't think you'd be bold enough to come crawling back at any point.
She does talk about him from time to time, though, with disdain, of course, but
Yeah, don't we all?
How else would you talk about him?
she's actually helping in the medical bay right now, if you do wish to say hello.
Sure.
Why not?
Sure. Yeah, I can take you up there if you want to. I can give you the full tour if you want.
Why not? We're here.
Let's do it.
World could be on fire tomorrow. We might as well see this pretty place.
So he looks at Tareem and he's just like, I'm just gonna leave these here. And he just goes over and sets them on Tareem's table. And he says, okay, follow me. And leads you down the hallway. In
Wait,
fact,
What?
Before we go, can I say something? Wait.
oh, I'm sorry. You guys aren't done? Okay, go on. Go on.
Well, is
See ya,
everybody
Tareem.
Later, nerd.
Gotta go on our house tour.
Wizards only fools.
Go on.
Is everybody leaving or heading out? Are we saying?
I was just gonna say
Nope.
something to Dream before.
Go ahead.
Dream, I hope everything goes well for you. We'll I guess see you around and let us know if we can do anything for you.
Absolutely. We all owe you our lives, so if you need anything, don't hesitate to ask.
Thank you, but you don't owe me anything.
Kind of feels like we do, but if you say so.
Walk out.
Silas will place one hand on Tareem's shoulder and say, I appreciate everything you've done for us. And with the other hand, he'll slide the plate of cookies off the counter,
Whoa.
exit the
So
room.
you're sliding them towards it.
I had no idea. I was like, wait. Oh, like you took the tray of cookies?
Yes.
Oh,
She placed them down.
Gosh.
wow.
Oh man. Go on.
Oh, no. Oh.
I like cookies.
Endurance is just gonna kind of like scowl at him, be like,
Hey man, can I do sleight of hand?
If you want to.
"Oh my god!"
Roll a one. Roll a one.
Okay, 8 plus like 4.
Well,
Perception checks.
Well,
Maynard wouldn't see it.
ooh, I got a 20.
Pretty good at perception. Let's see. Hold on.
22.
Let's see it.
Hold on. I'm proficient. Oh, nat one. Yeah, endurance.
I got a 22.
Ooh,
Wow.
Okay,
Wait.
well then. When he sees like Elodia kind of see him, he
I saw it.
God.
I kind of like put my hand on his, like from taking the tray, or I like kind of put down the tray, like put my hand on the tray, like no.
He picks up the plate off the tray.
Mage hand. Mage hand.
And I just kind of let out a sigh, like I'm not gonna make a scene here.
Oh my god.
I'll give you a cookie if you want.
And I whisper, highly inappropriate.
And he
That's
eats a
highly
cookie
inappropriate.
in response.
And then, Silas, in your head, you hear, I like it when you antagonize that girl. It's rather pestilent, irritating to me.
Noted. Then he does not offer her a cookie.
What does petulant mean?
What?
Couldn't hear that.
Torpy.
Petulant.
Yeah,
Oh.
It's like a kind of insufferable, kind of a twerp.
Yeah. So anyway, Mask is back in your head. You hear him again.
Nice.
uh,
And then is what's her face? Can I give her a shout out?
Sure. You want? What do you say?
Hey, you back?
You don't even know her
Kareem?
name.
Oh yeah, I'm back.
Kareem?
What's up?
Just checking. Kind of lost track of you there for a few days.
Yeah, I kind of felt like I was floating in a hot tub of something. I don't know. I felt kind of messed up. I'm
Sounds kind of
with it
chill,
now.
actually.
It wasn't great. But anyway, hope you had a good time without me. It's kind of lonely.
I had the best time.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Must be nice to still be alive.
Anyway,
All right. Elodia, were you gonna say something to Tareem?
Well, I was gonna wait till everybody leaves and kind of like tell them about my vision, but
I have
I guess-
left.
I've left with the cookies.
I'm gone.
So I was like,
I'm gone too. Endurance is out of the room.
as I was about to leave, I kind of turned back to Tareem and I say, had a vision of what happened at Narncross, and I saw what happened, every minute of it, and there are no words to say of how horrible it was and what you must have endured. And for that, I'm truly sorry. I don't know what to do except to say that.
And he leans over and he takes your hand and he holds it in his, and he just is like, then I'm sorry that you have to live with those memories too.
If you need anything, just say the word and I'll come. But Kareem, I'm sorry. I saw everything and I don't know. I'm sorry.
We can only go forward though, and destroy whatever evil lurks beneath the surface.
Yes, that's all we can do. It's what we must do. It's all we have left to do.
I'll be here if you need anything or come across any more information.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. And then I go.
Meanwhile, Meliodas is kind of giving the grand tour. And he's just like, over here is the courtyard. It's very peaceful. Do you hear the birds?
Yeah, they're very happy.
And he's just like, oh yes, typically when there's students around and everything, they sit around and play with the birds and cast their spells and practice. It's very lovely, peaceful.
Are there any pigeons with them?
Oh, no,
Oh.
but pretty birds, yes.
Be a little in the background, jumping up and like swatting at birds.
And he's and so Meliodas is just like, please do not harm the birds. And so he says, yes, this way. And he takes you, and there's a kind of a large open air door, and there's a bridge that takes you across. And so the way that Ilishan is built is kind of like in this canyon, giant kind of like canyon that goes down to the ocean. And so you guys are kind of butted up against this canyon at this point. And so you can tell that the canyon kind of makes like this, there's this giant like alcove within the canyon, like a cove itself. And within that cove, you can see that there's this like giant, like, you know, those like massive Japanese beautiful castles, like
Yes.
multiple stories, that it's sitting in the middle of this alcove, and there are like these beautiful gardens down below. And this area does not look anything like the rest of the city. These beautiful, just like paper screens with these red frames, and these beautiful like cherry blossoms all around. And you can see like people down below sitting by these streams, like meditating, and you can see some of them practicing. And you walk across the way, and you open these giant screen doors, and you can see that there are these like long halls with separated rooms, and you can tell that this is the medical bay, and there are people just kind of flitting around. It is rather peaceful, surprisingly, but there are a lot of people that look to be in pretty bad shape in the different rooms and whatever. And so Meliodas is like, this is our medical bay. We have some of the best healing magics in all of Ilishan, and maybe all of Lyceum continent as a whole here. We're very proud of it and our advancements. And we're able to hold 200 sick and those with ailments in this place. It's quite the feat. And so he says, Alune is working with some of them. Healing is not exactly her forte, but you know, she's doing her best presently. And so he leads you down to one particular hall, and you see Alune out, kind of almost like a nurse's desk outside the hall, and she's just sitting there like, concocting some potions and things like that. And she's just like, oh my. You can see her very frustratedly, like working on some things. And you hear like a holler, like, oh, down the hall. And she just stands up and slams her hands on the table. She's just like, and she like walks down that way. And Meliodas looks at the rest of you and is like, I don't think she's quite cut out for this, but she's doing her best. And you see her like go in there and march in there and do her thing. And you hear some more groaning and whoa. And she comes back out and puts her sleeves down. And you can tell they're just like got little bits of blood here and there. It's kind of a mess. And she just prestidigitations everything. And she looks up at you guys from across the hall and she's just like, if my day couldn't get any better, it's you lot.
It is great to see you too. How have you been?
She locks eyes with Elodia. Elodia and Alune have some sort of unspoken beef going on. The tension is thick in the air right now.
I just kind of do the old duck in front of Elodia. And like, hey, how's it going?
Was she making a potion or like a poultice, or was it like a medicinal thing? Like a
medicinal kind of thing, yeah. So she just says, well, as you can see, things are going swimmingly here.
Oh, I'd say you're doing a fantastic job around here. Never looked better, especially with the patient you just saw.
Yeah. I am pretty good at what I do, and thank you for recognizing that.
Could I quick question. If I'm like proficient in nature, would that do anything, or would it be medicine?
Either one.
Sorry, wait. What?
Can I roll a nature nature check really quick?
Sure, go for it. What are you trying to identify or do here exactly?
I was gonna see if I could fix her potion.
Oh, okay.
So wait, what? She was brewing a potion and there was blood and
17.
Blood
17. Okay. So you like go over, you kind of eyeball this concoction that she's got sitting over there, and you can see it is like an herbal concoction. And you can tell that she was trying to put together some sort of like salve for like a burn or something. And you can tell, okay, yeah, she like grabbed the wrong herb here and like added a little too much here. So you go over there and you kind of get the ratios right. And you kind of have a presentable salve at this point for burns and whatnot. And she looks over at you and notices this, and she's just like dips her finger and looks at it, and she's just like, well, if this wasn't what I was trying to make all day, thank you.
What can I say? Practice makes perfect. Not everybody in this group doesn't like you. And I'm gonna look over at Elodie and like kind of like.
And she like locks eyes with Elodie, and she's just like, doesn't like me, huh?
Doesn't seem that way.
I look up and I'm close to both of them. I'm like, I think you're okay, I guess.
Thank you. So Ben, you don't know her. She is I'm sorry. And also Holland, I should have described what she looked like. Okay, she's a drow. She's a drow, very beautiful drow. Blonde, or I'm sorry, like white hair, and she's got like gold kind of tattoos around her face. She previously, I'll let you guys describe whatever previously happened. But anyway, she's
I don't need to know that. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'll let you guys fill them in later. But okay. So
well, hello there. I'm Silas.
Oh, God. And
nice
she
to meet you.
Extends her hand out and gives it a shake, and she's just like, nice to meet you. I'm Alune.
Meowdy, I'm little.
Meowdy.
And she looks at you and extends her hand and shakes your hand, and she's just like, very nice to meet you. You bear the Nellian crest. You have a little insignia on your breastplate. Yeah, it's like the little symbol that's from your college and whatever, like a little like kind of emblem on your breastplate. And so she just says, do you bear these people the same ill will that your leader does?
Nah, they're cool.
Good. Very
Yeah.
good. Have you all come to help?
I mean, if you want it, I'm just kind of looking at myself. Like, I mean, I won't say I'm an expert, but I did spend a long time in a forest working with herbs. So
That could be useful. We do have healers here, but we are a little short-staffed.
Well, I personally do not know how to heal, but I could do something else.
Oh, there's a lot more to running a medical facility than just healing, I assure you.
I'm pretty good with dead stuff.
Oh, you
I
are?
mean, dead stuff, bodies, corpses, bones,
Oh,
blood,
wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me stop you right
demons.
there.
Also
Let
stealing
me.
cookies. Throw that one in there.
Did you say bed
And he
stuff?
tosses.
Time?
Wait,
Did you say dead stuff the first time?
Dead stuff.
yes, dead
Did you
stuff.
I thought you
Wait.
said bed stuff.
Wait,
I did not hear bed stuff.
I heard bed.
I heard it.
I heard bed.
dead.
It
okay,
sounded just like it.
It definitely would have been
Dead.
way funny. No.
okay. Does Alune make that mistake?
Alune definitely heard bed stuff. And she says, "Oh, you're good with bed stuff, huh?"
I mean that too, but no, I was talking about actually. I've lost my train of thought.
Well,
Bed
here,
stuff.
if you're good with bed stuff, I have a job for you. And she like marches over
Especially
to a
with
closet.
corpses. Wait, no. Dead stuff. Good at.
She kind of raises an eyebrow at you. But she like marches over and she like pulls out like a bunch of linens and she says, "Here, last 3 rooms need a linen change. I'll let you
Wait,
take care
oh,
of that."
hell, whoa, hey.
Listen,
Do you have any
This-
bodies? Just curious.
we typically try to keep dead bodies out of the medical facility.
Okay, I've been in the market recently.
How do you mean?
Silas, I don't think this is the time or place. I don't think if there will ever be a time or place. Like,
Either gonna find some dead bodies or bones, or I'm gonna make some. So
a graveyard, Silas. I mean, you could maybe deal with something a little less recent. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Not a great time.
Well, I will say if any of you decide to take part in what we have going on here, there is a little bit of financial compensation for that. If you're interested.
Kind of look at Maynard like,
I mean, I will do what I can.
Love being entitled to financial compensation. Makes my day.
There are some other jobs for those of you that may not be adept at healing or working in a facility like this.
Like,
Let's see here. Let me go look at the job listing.
as I said, I'm good with blood and bones and all that good stuff. So
Yes.
I have the Cittern of Vermood.
You what?
I have the Cittern of Vermood.
Oh. Okay. So, well, presently, we do have some positions open helping with plants in the greenhouse. Some animal management. They're having to relocate some of them
take the animals.
to make some room. Okay. There is looks to be there's a lot of positions here. Just simple tasks. There are a few for we're still getting some jobs with like delivering children and also helping with that if you're interested. Indeed. Looks like those are the main areas we need help in. Everything else has kind of been shut down for now.
I would rather not deliver children.
I mean,
I
would
think
you?
yeah, I mean,
So there's no more going
I kind of look at Endurance like,
we've had experience. I mean, not saying I delivered a child before, and it was a godchild, if you must know. It was a very special moment.
Interesting. Oh, there's also just some like duties going around and making food and cooking for the refugees and things like that. If you're interested. Or I believe there's also some box moving tasks in the dorms because they're trying to move people out.
I can do that.
Oh, okay, very good. Okay, very good. So you two can go to the North Dorm and take care of that. What about the rest of you? Anyone else interested in a job?
Yeah.
I mean, delivering children, I have some experience with it.
I can.
Well, I'll be honest, we do have some specialists that are there. You would just be doing probably some side jobs. I will say you're probably much more needed either in the animal area or just around here.
Okay, then I'll go ahead and do the animals then, if it's more of a priority.
Sure.
I guess I'll stay around here and help with I've got some healing stuff, not a healing touch. I mean, I have healing power. It's fun.
Sure, yes. You can teach me how to make that salve.
Yeah.
What about you two? I'm sorry, I'm not acquainted with you two.
Well, as I said, I am Silas.
Yes, I'm now acquainted with
Oh,
Silas.
this is Buddy.
Oh, it's nice to meet you. I'm Buddy Jones.
Very nice to meet you, Buddy Jones. What a strange name you have.
That a lot.
And what about you, Miss Tabaxi?
I'm Little.
Nice to meet you, Little.
Thank you.
How'd you forget the meowdy?
You're right.
Oh, I really thought I was like, I can only do that once, and then like lose power.
I've used my meowdy slot.
After a long rest, she
Yeah.
can do it.
Meowdy.
Yeah, and a few more campaigns. I'll do it after y'all all forgotten, and y'all be like, ah, she said meowdy.
Oh God.
What are you two maybe interested in?
If the animal handling involves birds, I'm not sure you want Little on it. I will say that much.
And I got some healing expertise, so
Healing expertise. So wait, you said you do or you don't? I'm sorry.
I do.
Oh, okay. Then we can put you here. You can help. Okay, Buddy Jones, what do you decide to do?
I can also have some healing expertise.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. Alrighty. Let's do this one. So I've got some of you in healing, some of you in animal. Silas, what did you say? I'm sorry. What did you say you were going to do?
None of this really fits my expertise, so I suppose just whatever you need help with.
We gotta make some money.
I've got
I've gotta make some.
man's got to
Hey,
make a buck one way or another.
You
why don't you go
mentioned
cook?
bodies. If you do wish to take care of
Oh.
removing our dead, there are a few here and there. If you would like to remove them for us.
Yes, I will take them off your hands.
Okay. But you have to be very careful. These
Why?
people, just be careful with their bodies. I mean, be respectful.
Okay. There's no plague or anything.
No,
Okay.
not as far as I know. Most of these
Well.
people are just hurt. All right. Okay. And so she kind of like directs all of you to where you're going to be going. And so first up, we have let's turn some fun little jams on.
Can Mishra come with me?
Oh
Or
yeah,
did you-
Mishra. I forgot about Mishra. I knew I was forgetting somebody. Okay, so Mishra's like, I think I have an affinity for delivering babies.
Oh.
I mean, with my extra hand, I feel like I can catch them very well. I think I think they won't fall for sure. I'll catch them very effectively. That is where I will go. All right.
Okay, Mishra.
Well, okay, wait, Elodie, where are you going?
Well, I was gonna go help herd the animals. I could teach you some of my, tricks of the trade if you want.
I mean, I guess that is
Um,
pretty cool too, but can we like go deliver a baby later maybe? Like,
Maybe if we have time.
Okay, cool.
How fast are they making babies? Yeah.
Maynard.
And so Alune like leans down and
Maynard,
points.
when a man and a woman.
They're generally between, 2 to 10 minutes.
I know.
With a male kitty and a female cat.
On a tomcat and a mommy cat.
Alune places her hand on Mishra's back and she's like, there are not that many children being born. I think there's maybe one today. But I think there might be a horse being born later. You might want to do that. And so Mishra's like, a horse being born? Okay, yeah. And so she's like, okay, I'm with you, Elodia. And so let me pause this real quick. Okay. Alrighty. So okay. Jorgensen, you pull out your cittern and you just begin kind of playing music as you're walking down the halls of the sick bay. And you hear like from one of the rooms you hear like, who's there? And you kind of duck your head in and you see this like very old man like laying in the bed and he's just like, play that louder.
Okay.
Yes. Does make my old is happy.
He's just like, more.
Oh. So Jorgensen is just playing this very cheerful music in this very not so cheerful kind of place. And so anyway, meanwhile, Meliodas takes Maynard and you go down to the dormitories and you can see all these kids like scrambling and getting boxes together and they're just piled high in the hallway and it's just a lot of people out there just kind of pushing and shoving and getting their crap together and you see this very small young male student. He's a gnome and he's very, very little. And you see this massive box that he just like is coming out with and he's just like, ah, ah.
I'll help him.
And so you pick it up and you pick him up with it and he's just like, huh. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate that. I'm not really the strongest out there, but that's why I got people like you to carry my boxes. That's why I pay good tuition to this school.
All right.
And so you just start kind of moving the boxes
Yeah,
around.
I'll start moving them. Can I say something to Meliodas?
Sure.
Start moving boxes. So Meliodas, since you've been here, have you learned much about storm gods or anything?
Wow.
I mean, I guess I know a little bit about Soraya and storms and whatever. But usually, the storm domain usually takes over the Inarium, the kind of the elemental element of this school. there are components of all the 4 elements, and the aspect Soraya is present there.
Do you know of a professor or anyone who specializes in that I could maybe speak to?
No, of course, yes. I could probably get you down there
No,
after we move some boxes.
Right, of course. I would appreciate that.
Sure. Meanwhile, let's see. Okay, let's do Elodia. Elodia, you and Mishra go down outside to the stables and stuff, and they are trying to get there are like a bunch of people kind of wrangling and whatever, and you see this very tall older woman. She kind of almost looks like a taller version of you, like elven. Let's see, where's my name list? I'm sorry, just lost my name list. Okay. Yeah, so you see this very tall, blonde, or gray-headed, older elven woman, and she's got a very soft touch on the animals, and she's kind of speaking to them and leading them around, and you see that they have like these giant deer, they have horses, they have cattle, and giant chicken coop, and Alune takes you down there, and she's just like, okay, you'll be helping Koyaksil. That is her name, Koyaksil.
I'm going to be having to ask you to repeat it from time to time, but okay.
Koyaksil.
Koyaksil.
She is our head professor of animal life. So just do whatever she tells you to do. Try not to get yourself hurt. And so she turns around, and Mishra's like, oh, look, there's so many animals and stuff. I wonder if they've got any baby animals. And so Koyaksil kind of looks around and notices you, and she's just like, are you here to help, or are you here to stand around?
We're definitely here to help.
Okay, good. See if you can go get that next bunch of horses out of the stable and follow everybody else down to the mines.
Okay. Alrighty. So can we walk over to the horses?
Yeah, you walk over to the horses, yeah.
I'm going to cast my primal awareness ranger spell, Speak with Animals, so I don't expend a spell slot.
Okay.
So
Nice.
And then I kind of like teach Mishra how to do it too, if she wants to do it.
Like speak with animals?
Yeah. Can I teach her how to do it, or like show her what I do?
Sure. Go ahead. And how are you doing it? Go ahead.
I don't know. Like, there's certain words that you can say, Mishra, that can start the spell that allows you to actually talk with animals, and you can actually, converse with them and see what's going on. It helps soothe them and, understand them better. Do you want me to show you how to do it, or?
Yeah, show me. I want to talk to some horses.
Okay. So, like, the words, I guess, that you use, it kind of comes from the heart, but I like to say petals and roses, and then boom.
I thought you were going to go.
What's from the heart?
The words I like to say are.
I missed my opportunity.
So Mishra walks up to the horse, and she's like, strokes it. She goes, petals and roses. And so the horse kind of like jumps, and Elodia, you can hear, and the horse is just like, oh my god, what is this thing doing here? Oh, what is this? I'm already stressed. Oh no. Oh.
Easy, it's okay. It's okay. And I kind of look at Mishra, I'm like, you kind of whisper it to yourself. You don't shout it in the horse's face, Mishra.
Petals, roses. And so the horse just kind of looks at her, is like, I don't like this. I don't like this. And
I go over. Yeah. Are there like carrots or apples nearby?
Yeah, there's some like hay and stuff, sure.
I pick up some hay and I put it in Mishra's hand, and I kind of like guide her to the horse and like show her how to feed it without yelling at it.
So Mishra just kind of like extends her hand and the horse is just like, and so he just kind of eats out of her hand and stuff, and Mishra's like, oh, he likes it. Oh, it's kind of tickling my little hand. And she like takes her mage hand out and starts feeding with the mage hand, and the mage hand like kind of recoils when it tries to nip his fingers. And so you hear a voice behind you. You hear somebody walk up behind you, and it's like, so you are just here to stand around and play with the animals.
Well, okay. We're starting to lead them just now. I just wanted to make sure I wouldn't spook them or anything or cause them to injure themselves, but that's
What is your name?
My name is Elodia, if you have to know.
You don't bear the mark of Vander. Why are you here?
Somebody wanted to talk to us and we were visiting him. And now we're helping where we can.
Well, your help is appreciated. Continue on. And so she turns around and walks away. So go ahead and make an animal handling check with this one.
Oh no.
Yeah, a 9.
Ooh.
Let's see what Mishra gets. So you guys approach the horse and kind of grab the reins and the lead.
Oh.
And the horse is already kind of stressed. And you can hear him saying like, why do I have to move out of my pen? I like my pen. I like my space. Ah! And so you like go to grab him and you're like, okay, it's okay. And he just like, and rears up and like, Misha's just like, ah! And like the horse gets even more spooked and Koyak still runs up and she's just like starts whispering some words in Elvish and like calms it down and she looks over at you and she's just like, listen, I appreciate the help, but maybe you might be more useful gathering the chickens.
Okay.
And so she kind of directs you over to the chicken coop. And you get over there to the chicken coop and all the chickens are flustered and you see some students running around trying to catch them and things. And so Misha's like, looks up at you and she's just like, okay, well, round 2?
Round 2.
All right, roll some animal handling.
Oh dear.
Better. 20.
Ooh.
Can I add 23? Yes, sorry.
23. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so Misha like runs over and she like kind of squats and like gives one a real good look and she's just like, okay, chicken, be still. And she like grabs it and she holds it. And Elodia, you just like walk into the coop and you put your arms out and you're just like, caw, and immediately like 5 chickens go. Immediately you just have like chickens all on your arms.
What the?
And you look over at Misha and Misha looks over at you and she's just like, oh. And so you're like, and you like sidestep out of the door and you walk out and everybody's like looking at you out in the courtyard and they're just like, and Koyaxel looks over and she's just like, and she walks up and she looks at you and she says, not bad. Apparently chickens are your strong suit. Do you have an affinity for birds? And she kind of motions towards Percy.
I do. I'm very familiar with them, for sure.
He's a pretty one. And she kind of reaches up and strokes him.
He kind of like fluffs up a little bit, kind of like, kind of gives a soft.
Very nice. Well, you can take those chickens and follow everybody else down the way. And so you guys do, and you notice that there's kind of like a cave born out of the cliffside, and it looks like they've kind of turned this cave into like a temporary stable situation. So you guys are kind of putting them away in there. And you come back and you move a couple more rounds of animals, and Koyaxel comes up to you and she says, listen, you didn't do too bad out there today. I appreciate your help. if you ever find yourself in need of some animal handling skills and animal training. And she kind of motions to Percy. She's like, I'd be more than happy to help.
I would actually very much appreciate that. I've come into my own a little bit recently with speaking with them. So if you have any words of advice or tips or tricks, I'd appreciate it actually.
Sure. Tell you what, how about you come back a little bit later after we wrap some of this up and we'll talk about it.
Thank you.
So meanwhile, Jorgensen, what are you doing exactly?
Still playing music for this old man, obviously.
Yeah, and so you see like you're like jamming out for this old man in this hospital room, and you kind of look over and you notice that you've gathered a crowd of like some people in like hospital gowns and stuff looking in the room, kind of looking around the corner, and they're just like bumping their head to like your tunes you're playing and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so one of them's like, do you take requests?
Sure, why not?
Play a song about bad romance.
Okay. I forget how that song goes. I forget.
Well,
Okay. Huh?
no, that is
Rama,
Okay.
ooh la la, watch out, bad romance.
It's like the rock version of it. So that yeah. For
And
sure.
so the guy's just kind of like, yeah, so just vibing. And so meanwhile, outside of the door, Endurance, like Alune and Endurance are kind of working over at the herbal counter. And Alune like kind of looks up and notices the people gathered at that door, and she's just like, he seems to have garnered quite the crowd.
yes. So, kind of, I guess, has a habit of that wherever we go. I guess it's part of being a bard and all. Yes. I've heard the song before. It's kind of catchy.
It is kind of a fun tune, isn't it? Hold on, let me just
Is there a medieval version of Bad Romance?
trying to see if I.
Please let there be a medieval version of Bad Romance.
I'm looking for a metal version.
Oh, here you go. Can you guys hear it? So this was going down at the hall. that's Jorgensen singing right there.
Wow.
Anyway, she's just like, yeah, this is kind of a catchy song.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't think it's the most calming thing in the world, but I mean, they seem to be enjoying it. Like, are people in beds around us?
I mean, like, yeah.
Are they like
Like,
bopping?
in rooms. You can see kind of people in their rooms like popping their head around. Yeah.
I guess this is what they need. They probably had a lot of depressing stuff going on lately, so maybe some tunes are what they need. It's kind of pleasant. I don't know.
She's just like, all right, well, are you going to teach me how to make this salve?
Sure. Oh, I'd be happy to. This is, I won't say it's my, specialty, but it's close to it. Like if I had a specialty, this is what it would be totally. So she's gonna walk over and is gonna go and I literally looked up a recipe. I'm just gonna be fully honest.
Whoa.
So I'm gonna go, Endurance is gonna go over and she's gonna look at this counter and there'll be some beeswax. She's like, so in order to make a salve, you want to get it to have the right consistency and you want to use the right herbs. But if you use the right herbs, have the wrong consistency, it's terrible. It's like so bad. So she's gonna grab some beeswax and be like, beeswax, what you want to do? She's gonna kind of get an amount on her fingers. She's like, this is the perfect amount. Use a little more than this, it gets too thick, kind of congeals, doesn't go on very well. Use too less, and it's too liquidy. So use this much. And then she's gonna kind of go over and grab a few different kinds of herbs and stuff. And I'm assuming, there's like herbal flowers and stuff. Is there like?
Sure. Yeah, whatever you want.
So she'll go over and she'll see like there's some different kinds of flowers, and she'll kind of take their petals, like sprinkle them in there, and be like, "So you want things that have sorry, I just had to go through a mental thing of if bacteria is a thing. No, be fungus. So you want to, so you want herbs that have obviously properties that prevent different infections and funguses from spreading. So she'll like kind of demonstrate like plucking different kind of petals onto the flower, onto the salve and everything. And as she's doing this, she's gonna be like, "So how long have you been like working here? How long have you been here?"
Well, I've been put here on the healing bay for a day or two now. I'm not very good at it. I'm technically a student of the fire aspect, so I'm not exactly, I think, cut out for this type of work. I'm usually in the business of destruction, so...
Well, you could say the same thing about me. I specialize more in the, I don't know. I've found this new lightning spell that's really interesting. I guess it's kind of fire-like. Have you learned any new spells that are interesting?
I mean, pretty cool stuff. Sure.
Yeah, I used to use this one spell that's like this huge beam of light, and I just kind of like fry somebody, and it was kind of satisfying. But now I can use lightning, and so I can really fry somebody. So I haven't really been healing a whole lot either lately. We did, Buddy, you saw him. We brought him back from the dead. That was fascinating. So,
That's pretty
yeah.
impressive. Well, I guess the coolest one I've come across is the fireball spell. I like it. So, about that time, you see a young man with kind of light brown hair, freckles, kind of... He's a pretty cute little guy. Hold on, let me... I got pictures. Hold on.
Pictures?
I got pictures. Hold on.
Uh-oh, important NPC alert.
Pictures.
Got his own picture.
Wah, wah.
NPC picture. P in NPC stands for picture. Non-picture character.
I want to see.
NPC.
Oh, it's
Ooh,
is-
Emma.
Who is that?
So he comes out and he's just like, Alune, how are things going out here? And she's like, well enough, I suppose. I'm ready to be off this floor and no longer on the medical bay. And he's like, don't be so down about it. You need to learn how to be a healer. And he looks over at Endurance and he's just like, I don't believe we've met.
No, I'm Endurance. I'm helping out Lune with some of these salves. I have a little bit of experience, so I thought I would lend some of it for her and for everybody, here. So, who are you?
My name's Giacon.
Oh, nice to meet you. Interesting name. We've been meeting a lot of people recently. Are you like in charge of this whole operation?
This is not an appropriate song. I'm sorry. This is too happy. Hold on. Zelda music not working.
Yes, there's Zelda music.
No, this one. Better. Okay.
can't hear it since you've started sharing the screen.
What? Stupid. This is silly. Okay. Anyway.
Okay, can hear it now.
So he just says, well, I am a first rank mage here. I'm just kind of in charge of helping some of the newer students get this in order, help them out. But truly, I'm not really in charge. I'm just assisting.
Oh, seems like everybody's gotten a little scrambled with all that's happened lately. Yeah. Well, it's great to meet you. Yeah, I think you all are doing a fantastic job. I mean, for not being like healers. You're doing totally great. I'm
Well,
really
I am a healer, actually. So I came to check in on how everything's going here. I know that Alune struggled to do some healing magic. So I just wanted to make sure that everything was going well, but it seems that with your assistance, things are going well. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely. You know, and just kind of like pat her on the shoulder and be like, see, I mean, everybody can learn. It's possible, and all you gotta do is get the right ingredients, right quantities, and it's kind of fun. She's gonna look at Luna and be like, it's kind of fun in a way, kind of.
Luna's just like,
No,
I can't lie.
it can be fun, you know, if you have the right attitude. Instead of not saying you don't have it, but I mean, it can be fun eventually.
And so Giacon is just like, well, thank you for all of your help. If there's anything that you need, I will be kind of making rounds.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I think we're covered over here. So thank you. Yeah, we're totally fine. It's going great.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And he kind of nods and makes his exit. Yeah. So, that was him. Anyway. So let's see. Maynard. Actually, wait. No, wait. We haven't gotten around to
Buddy and
yeah, Buddy and
Little.
Buddy and Little. Okay, Buddy and Little, you guys were going to do what again? I'm sorry. I can't hear you. No.
No.
We were healing people.
Okay, you are healing people. Okay, so you guys go into a room together. This is the Zora's domain. I do not want this. You guys go into a room together, and there's just like a very bandaged up woman there, and she's just like, oh, oh, oh.
Same.
Who is there?
Hi, my name's Little.
Little. Are you
Yeah.
here to take me out?
Kill you?
No, no. I mean, remove me from this place.
Let me check your provider orders real quick.
Oh, this
Emma,
godforsaken place. Huh?
Are we actually like trying to take them out?
I don't know. It's up to you. You don't know anything.
Well, you know, I think it'd be better in your condition if you just stayed here for a little bit longer.
And she kind of opens her eyes and looks up and she says, she like looks at Buddy and she's just like, oh, I thought you were a woman. Your
Hi.
voice.
I'm male.
And she's like, oh, and she looks at the cat and she's like, the cat speaks.
Yeah, she does. Cat heals too.
Well, if you're coming in here to disturb me, at least move me up in my bed.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. Okay, put your arms over your chest and put your chin to your chest.
Oh.
All right, buddy. One.
I need a strength check.
A strength check.
Strength
Really? How
I
big is this
require
girl?
How fat is this old person?
not that much, but she's just a hefty old woman. We'll see how strong you guys are.
Girl. Oh, I don't remember. Can you have me phone? I forgot what my strength was. She dead? Oh, no, she's not dead. Ugh. Okay. Okay. 15.
Buddy got a 4.
Buddy got a 4. Oh god. Okay.
Oh
Why
no.
did my strength say -1?
What'd you get?
God.
I got 14.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. So you guys go together on either side to move her up, and you go 1, 2, 3, huh, and Buddy just cannot pull his weight. So, Little, you pull on your side to go up, but Buddy like falters completely, and this woman starts like falling towards Buddy, and she's like, ah, and she like lands on Buddy, and she's just like, oh, this is not what I wanted.
One job, buddy! You had one job!
And so you get her kind of repositioned, and she just kind of scowls. And about that time, you hear somebody at the door, and you look around, and there are these 3 little... This does not fit the jam. Gosh, dang it. Okay. Fit the vibes. That fits the vibes better. Okay. You look around, and you look on the other... you look at the door, and there are these 3 little, like, crows. If you know what these are kinku. And you see 3 little kinku standing there in the doorway, and I'm sharing my screen. Can you see them?
Cute.
Bro.
They walk in, and they look at you, and they look at each other, and the one in the middle is like, hello, who might you be? Helping?
Yes, we're helping. This is Buddy, and I'm Little. And as you can see, this woman is now like comfortable in her bed.
And the woman's just like,
Just mangled, doing like the dead fairy.
Yeah. And so the one in the middle like looks at the other 2, and he's like, oh, well, very well. We came in here to make some assessments on this patient. And so they all move forward, and they all pull out their little notebooks, and they all start kind of looking up and down and like looking at any sort of wounds and whatever. And they're all kind of like muttering to themselves like, oh yes, it needs that sort of, yes, I think she needs this. Oh yeah. And so they together come forward and put their little hands on her wounds and kind of like do a little and it kind of like it kind of glows a little bit, and the one in the middle kind of looks underneath the dressing and is like, yes, that is good. We will need to do this 3 more times. And so he looks up at you 2 and is like, well, my name is Podri, and this is Kino, and this is Trino. And they're like, hi. And he says, well, we are rank 2, and so we are doing our best here, and it's very nice to have any sort of volunteers available. I appreciate it. There are a lot of people to be dealt with. Squawk!
Glad to do.
I also appreciate seeing more of our animalistic races present here.
Hey. Wait. What'd you say? Noah?
I'm also appreciative to see more animalistic races here.
Oh, okay. Glad to be here.
Indeed. Well, if you did anything, we'll be around. Squat!
Meow.
And they all walk out, and they all step out into the hall, and they kind of look down towards Jorgensen's hall, and they look at each other, and you overhear them, and they're like, is that Gufflum again? And they walk down, and they look into the room, and they hear Bad Romance in guitar version and in metal version, and they're just like, that's not Gufflum. And then all of a sudden you hear a competing song coming from down the hall.
Uh-oh.
And so you hear the song growing louder and louder until finally you kind of pause for a moment. You're like, what the heck? And you pop your head out, and you see another dwarf coming down the hall with a lute.
Oh my word.
And this dwarf, hold on, let me like pause the share. Can I pause the share? Pause.
Okay.
We have beef.
About to fight him for the airways, dude.
Battle of the bands.
You
Oh,
see,
it's a girl.
you see this dwarf coming
No.
down the hall, and she's just like singing, and she has a very beautiful voice, and she's got her little like lute with her, and
Oh.
they're like, wait a minute, there can't be two of them. And so she kind of stops in front of the door because she kind of hears a conflicting song, and she looks into your room and looks right at you.
I look at her and then I wink and then I go back to.
And she kind of just like looks at you and kind of like plays a song that kind of like matches yours and adds to it a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Almost in a competition style though.
Oh, in a competition, but she's doing the same thing.
Roll
sort
a
of
performance check.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Oh, yes. Give me a second.
I was about to be like, we need some upbeat.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, we do.
21.
Holy moly.
Oh.
All right, well, you guys are just like really, really jamming together. She rolled a nat 20. So you guys are like jamming.
Yes.
And so this is going very well. And all the patients are kind of, some of them are starting to step outside of their rooms and like are really vibing out to this. So yeah, it's going real well for you. And
The song is with the Chop Suey
What?
by System of the Down. You ever heard of that song?
No,
That's
hold on.
Wake up! Grab brush, put on a little makeup. 1, 2. You never heard this one? That's
Oh
okay.
my god.
We'll play it. Let's see.
It's gonna be a funny one. I mean, we can go back to it. We can
Oh,
go
yeah.
to a thing.
It's going well. Oh yeah. You guys are vibing.
Nice.
She kind of gives you a little wink back, even.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
All right.
I thought female dwarves in this universe looked like Lord of the Rings one.
Hey,
Where's
she's a
her
hot dwarf.
Beard at? Where's the beard?
Where's her beard?
Where's
Okay.
Shave.
Oh yeah. And so some of the rest of you guys are just starting to hear this mess. Even out in the animal courtyard, you're starting to hear some of this. Anyway, so that's what's happening there.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry. So that's how that's going. Yeah. So all of you kind of do your tasks, and you all kind of come back together. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I forgot. So Elodia, you kind of wrap up with your tasks, and guys, it's starting to get a little bit late here. It's starting to get a little later in the day. You've kind of been at this for a long time, and Koyaxel comes up to you, Elodia, and she says, "There's something very special about that bird of yours. I can tell behind the eyes."
I mean, I've raised him since he was a little chick. I mean, it's part of my heritage as, Beastmasters have run in through my family, and my father taught me how to tame animals such as him, and we have a special bond for certain.
Ah, so you're a Beastmaster. Very interesting. Well, I'm sure you're already pretty proficient with your bird, but I mean, if you would like some tips and tricks and pointers, I'd be more than happy to assist.
By all means. By all means.
Does he aid you in battle?
He does indeed, when he can. I try not to utilize him too much because I have a very soft spot for him, and I don't like seeing him hurt, so.
I understand. Indeed. Well, if you're interested, we can begin your training now if you want.
Okay. I don't think my friends need me at this moment, so.
So, she begins to train you, and she begins to kind of like show you some different tips and tricks for managing your bird. She even has a little pamphlet for you. So very nice. Meanwhile, Endurance, you have seen this whole thing going on upstairs at the medical bay with the jams and whatever, and the dwarf competition and the vibing and the kinku, and there's a lot going on up there right now. And you and Aluna are just kind of sitting there and like, how peculiar. This is very odd. So by this time, everybody kind of on the medical floor, Jorgensen and Little and Buddy, you guys are all kind of in the same area. Vibing out. Let me just
Was everybody's in the same area now?
Yeah, you guys are vibing.
Okay. Huh. Well, I heard some really interesting, intricate lute playing, Jorgensen. That didn't sound like it was just you though.
Oh, is it over? Are we not vibing anymore?
No, you're still playing, and she's still there. You see her, Endurance, yeah.
Okay, so I guess I'll just watch and be like, oh no. Oh, there's two of them now. Oh god. Oh no. I mean, like, great, but also, oh, and they're competing. I'm looking at Luna and be like, which one do you think is better?
Definitely Gooflum.
Oh. Does she work here then?
Sort of. She kind of does whatever she's doing. About that time, Maynard, you arrive.
Oh, Maynard.
Have I gone to talk to the professor?
Not yet, but
Okay.
you just kind of arrive on the scene with
Wow.
Meliodas.
You all have music down here. This is nice.
Yeah, it's a very interesting. Sorry, are we just like sitting over somewhere? Are we sitting? Because like I know I've like done this whole thing.
Yeah, you guys are just kind of like at the desk still.
Cool. Yeah, it's like some nice background music for like sound making, I guess. I mean, I say it's background music, but it's kind of like foreground music. I don't think it's very like it's kind of like it's
Very
really
loud.
loud. Yeah. Yeah, my ears hurt a little bit, not gonna lie.
Is this supposed to help or heal?
I mean, like they look happy. I'm just like kind of like bopping a little bit. I mean, I was gonna suggest something very peaceful, but then I was like, maybe peaceful would be like dying, and so maybe being upbeat keeps them alive longer.
That's fair.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it's good. It's also very entertaining. Alune, are you less bored now? Is it more entertaining now?
Not quite. I'm sorry, my eyes were glazed over.
Okay. You know what? Yeah, we're getting there. It's fine. It's better than dead silence and the sounds of dying people, I will say.
It is better than that.
Yeah. How was Maynard just moving? What was he doing? Was he moving
boxes?
All right. How are the boxes, Maynard? Are they moved?
Yes, they have been moved. There were a lot of scrawny college kids that were moving boxes, so made it take a little while, but we got it done.
Nice.
And I think I'm going to. Meliodas was going to take me to one of the professors.
Ooh.
About storm magic.
Oh, cool.
Just gonna see if I could find more about storm spirits.
You should. Absolutely, you should. That sounds fascinating. Yes, as you can see, I'm just gonna hold up my little pot of salve and be like, we've made salve. It was a joint effort.
Nice.
And I think it turned out good. You had to get the ratios right? You know, you had to like get the. I'm not like with Luna, be like the ratios. You know, it's like super.
Her eyes have kind of glazed over again.
Well, we're working on it. It's a work in progress.
And so anyway, Misha kind of returns and she's just like, what's up with the rock band going on here?
I don't know. They're just playing really loud and really well.
So she sees the other dwarf first, and she's just like, Jorgensen, what happened to you? You're so hot now. And so she like looks at Misha and like gives her a little wink, and Misha's just like, what in the world? And then she like kind of steps forward and like looks around the corner. She's just like, oh, there's Jorgensen. Okay. So anyway, so she's just like,
Yes.
boogieing and stuff. So about that time, the music kind of dies down.
Yeah.
And she kind of like wipes the sweat off her brow. And so she like wipes the sweat off her brow, and she's just like, hey, that was pretty good playing.
It was great playing from you as well. It's amazing how did you know any of the songs, or did you just play by ear? Oh,
just improv. It's the work of a bard.
Indeed, I can empathize. So you work here?
Yes, I bring joy and laughter to all the people around. It is my one true task in this life.
Well, my name is Jorgensen. What is yours?
My name is Gooflum.
Gooflum. That's quite interesting. What where are you from, might I ask? I'm from Tentacles.
I don't know where that is, but I'm from the very sunny island of Drolfindir, and by very sunny, I mean very dark and gloomy all of the time. Drolfindir is the dwarven homeland, basically. It's this huge island.
Okay, so I know this place.
And really, it's an island between the continents that it makes a lot of sense that people from Drolfindir would have gone and moved to Tentaclins, because like Tentaclins was on this peninsula that's like kind of close to Drolfindir for real. So long ago it was colonized by dwarves. Anyway.
Okay. So the homeland, I see. I can't say that I've ever been there, but it seems, or I'm just surprised. You seem like you have a sunny disposition to be from such a gloomy place.
Well, you have to be to keep yourself sane.
I see. Well, I come from Tentaclins. It's more of just a mining town, and it has since lost its inhabitants due to monsters. Basically killed everybody I used to know.
Wow. Well, that is a very unfortunate backstory. Do you need me to write a song about it?
If you want to, sure.
So, Jorgensen, right?
Yes.
There once was a lad named Jorgensen, and all of his family died. He was from Tentaclins, and he will never go back in all his life.
Never know. I might go back. You never know.
He may go back in his life. I like making songs about people, and I like meeting people along the way. I feel like their songs and their stories really resonate with me and speak through my instrument.
Yes. The lute. It's a very interesting choice of instrument.
I like it. The cittern is also a very interesting choice of instrument.
Yes, it's helpful for healing my friends whenever we get into a bind, and also I can rock out whenever I want.
Ah, best of both worlds. I love it.
Yes. Well, we're just here helping to get a little bit of coin, to be honest, but to also aid in whatever war is to come, I suppose.
Yes, to be truthfully honest, I'm here for a little bit of coin too. Really, I'm supposed to be playing an act at 6 at 7th Heaven, but you know, I gotta do what I gotta do. Make a little extra coin.
What level is this act?
I am on level 2.
Ooh.
Yep.
I went there with some compatriots. I think we only got to level 4.
I think you guys got to level 1.
We only got to level 1, so
Silas was allowed to go to like level 4.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because he was almost killed. But
I was also allowed to go to level 4, but I never got there.
Promised Land. But yeah, that's a nice place I'd like to go to once per year, maybe.
Well, maybe you can come play there sometime, huh?
Maybe.
I also play at some smaller venues if you're ever interested.
Okay.
Maybe you should come play sometime.
I'll definitely think about it for sure.
Well, I'm off to spread more joy and cheer. And she like starts walking off, and you can see the 3 Kinku just kind of like watch her leave, and they're just like just kind of a deep sigh from all 3 of them in unison.
Are they happy that she's gone, or are they sad?
They're kind of happy she's gone. Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, the lot of you have kind of completed your tests, and Elodia, by the end of it, Coaxel, she's like, okay, you think you got it? Think you got the hang of it? All right, now let him fly.
All right.
So you let him fly, and she's kind of taught him some like battle maneuvers and things like that, and she kind of says, you know, something seems peculiar about your bird. Like he has some sort of air about him. Does he have any sort of magical gifts or anything?
You know, I've wondered the same thing. I don't know. All I can say is that I think he saved my life once, a long time ago.
Make it big, Helen.
Oh, oops. Yeah. Oh yeah. So I kind of go hoo-hoo-hoo. And then Percy turns big.
And she kind of gasps, and she's just like, your bird, this is magnificent. And he kind of lands next to you, and she says, why, this is advantageous, isn't it? Flying around, shooting your bow.
That's the one thing that kind of gets me. I'm not as accurate on him as I am on the solid ground quite yet. So,
well, that does make a certain amount of sense. It is hard to control both a bow and a bird in the air.
it's quite.
Listen, I did my time Pegasus training. I know how to, shoot some things out of the air whilst flying. I'm sure I could teach you a few things.
I would greatly appreciate that, if you'd be so willing, but.
Sure. And so she has you kind of get up on Percy and go through and shoot some targets that are up on the canyon side. And she has you like fly through kind of some of the narrower parts of the canyon on his back, and there are like some pop out targets and things like that they have up there, and you're just like going to town. And so meanwhile the rest of you are kind of like, okay, where the heck is Elodia? And Misha's like, oh, she's down there like training with the bird and stuff, come on. And so she takes you all down there, and you guys all see Elodia being an absolute BA, like basically pod racing on her bird, going around like through the canyons and the gorges and stuff, and like flying straight up and flying straight down and shooting the stuff and looking like a baddie. And it's awesome.
Try spinning. That's a fun trick.
So anyway, eventually she lands back down next to Quaxil. And so she looks at you and she's just like, I think you've done well. How do you feel?
I've never felt better. Oh, wow. You've really imparted some wisdom there. Pegasus?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Does the House of Vander utilize, your skill set for that? Do you have a cavalry?
We only have 3, so not really cavalry, but you know. Anyway,
Well,
so Elodia, you do not have disadvantage when you shoot with Percy while you're riding him. So there you go. So yeah, so you guys all kind of reconvene and have watched Elodia be really cool.
Nice.
That was impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to say, I had a great teacher, and Percy is definitely the best of the best. And Percy kind of like puts back his shoulders and is like, yeah.
Wow. That was awesome.
Well,
So-
I heard some quite a ruckus up in the House of Healing. Some great riffs, if that's what it's the lingo of the bards. I don't know, but what's going on?
There's something, all right.
What am I here with you guys? I'm sorry.
Yeah, everybody's down
Yeah.
there.
Oh, okay. So I'm there as well. Sorry.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. It was another bard came as well. She did great.
Did any,
I'd say.
did any of us overhear like her asking him if he wanted to play in like another venue?
Yeah, you guys definitely heard that.
I think I caught her offering to play with you in like a venue around here somewhere. Or am I mistaken?
Yeah. No. Yeah. She did ask me to do that, but and sure, I'll do that sometime. But right now, we're currently on a mission. So, I guess I could for money purposes.
I was about to say if it's money's involved, I mean it's not such a bad idea.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Wasn't even thinking about money. Okay, yeah, maybe I should. Maybe I should go try and find her and set that up for sure.
Yeah. Not a bad
No, we could use that to get back into seventh heaven.
Now there's an
Because
idea.
we do need to go investigate the secret entrance.
Oh, not that place.
Seventh Heaven. What are you talking about, Elodia? It was a great time.
Oh,
We
it's
got kicked out.
It was fun.
But it could
Listen.
be
Oh.
our connection to what's his name? The guy in Samrid,
Shoot.
A Sheldrake.
Sheldrake.
Yeah. Listen, I was doing a fantastic job charming those two people, but then Silas had to go and ruin everything.
Silas was almost killed.
He still
And
ruined
half
it.
of us were wasted on the alcohol present.
Listen. I don't often have moments where I'm smooth. I was appreciating my moment and it died before my eyes, just like Silas did. But I'm allowed to mourn that, okay? It was a moment, okay? I was doing
Bigger
good.
things going on, but okay.
Anyway, I
have your payments for the day, by the way.
all right.
So she kind of dishes some stuff out, and so in total, you guys got 50 gold for your work.
Nice. Even me?
Oh, I'm saying like collectively 50 gold.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do we want this to go into the party fund or split it evenly?
I'd say party fund.
I'd say party fund as well.
All right.
Well, if you guys excuse me, I'm gonna go try and find. What was her name?
Gufflum.
Gufflum.
Gooflum.
Gooflum. All right, I'm gonna go try and find Gooflum by ear. I think I know where she went, so I.
Get us into seventh heaven, Jorgensen. You can do it.
We just have to get enough info. We don't have to go to the top.
But not tonight. Let's do tomorrow night.
Okay.
And then
I can do
start.
that.
I'm very tired.
We've had a busy day.
Would this start our task for mask?
I mean, I would think. I mean, we don't
I'm
know where
gone.
that thing might lead.
Maybe Silas should consult Mask tonight about if we should go back to seventh heaven or
Is
go on
Silas with
to.
us right now, or is he?
He's kind of
doing some-
vibing and doing his own thing. He's gone off and hidden because he's kind of shady. So
Not to talk behind his back or anything, but I'm kind of worried about why Mask wants this object.
Also, Silas is growing more powerful as the days go by.
Right. It's a god killer, and Mask wants it. And I've talked to Silas about it, and he seems still very loyal to Mask, and he said he trusts Masks no matter what. And I don't know, and it does seem weird to me why Mask hasn't told him before that he's part god and those things. So I don't know. I don't feel good about it.
I don't think I feel good about that either, but I don't know. I feel even less good about, saying no to Mask, but at the same time, I don't know why. If he wanted a god killer, then I'm assuming he wants to kill another god. I just don't know.
That's what I think. I don't know though.
I don't know either.
Or is Mask just protecting himself from being killed? If this is a god killer, if Mask is an aspect.
He could want an upper hand. I don't know. I mean, we do have an aspect that works or rules seventh heaven, so I mean, he might have, if he would be not killing us on sight, he might have some sort of information on why a god would. I don't know.
All this deity, religious, it makes me very uneasy, considering.
Both. I kind of missed the day when it was just my forest and there were no deities I had to worry about on a daily basis. But now we have one who is directly connected to all of us and who is in one of our members' heads. So it's a great time.
Mask, God.
Great.
well,
Just something to think about, I would say. Keep our eye on.
I agree. Yeah, I don't know. It just makes me, thinking about it all makes me uneasy, but yeah, if we can take all the help we can get. So we can get the opinion of an aspect, or we can at least just, I don't know, find a little bit more, find out more info on this god killer before we go out and get it. Something like that.
hey, do you guys have somewhere to stay tonight?
No. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say no. I mean, we had a
We're
place.
staying at the house of Nelia's college, but I don't know if our rooms are still there or not. We've been.
It was a dorm, and they were filling those with refugees. So.
And we've been out of
Not-
commission for 5 days.
Oh, I guess
so-
not that place. Yeah, sorry, not that place. That place.
You are
was-
quite mistaken. The House of Nelia would never take in any refugees.
Oh, I guess our room.
Why is that?
Over there.
Salem Highway. That's why.
Hmm.
Jack,
Who is that?
he's the council leader and the supreme leader of the House of Nelia.
Hmm.
He doesn't believe that it's in the best interest of the city to keep the people within our walls, to give them aid in any sort of way.
Charming fellow, sounds like. Wow.
Indeed.
Hmm. Now I don't
But-
really. Hmm.
Our Sir Myerston is going to bat for the rest of the people, though, so hopefully he can get something worked out.
Well, I'd say we could just stay here, but I wouldn't want to be taking up space that could be given to refugees.
I can probably house you with some friends of mine here in the city. That's where I will be staying, so perhaps if you wish to, I would not mind. I know how things are these days, and I know all the inns are probably booked up. But Meliodas is also staying with me, so it would be a reunion.
Well, what do you all think about that idea?
It's very kind of you.
generous offer.
Very good. Okay, well, we shall go then. So she takes you kind of to a house kind of in the main residential area, and it's actually like a pretty nice house. Like, you notice that the name on the front, like the front sign, it's kind of like a nice brick building on a by street, with very pretty flower boxes on the side. And you see like a thing hanging over the door that's like apothecary and whatever. But you see the name. Where's the name, guys? The dadgum name. Okay. Okay, yeah. So it's called Sundi Apothecary. And so she knocks on the door and unlocks it. And it's like a very pleasant, like herbal all over the wall. And then like there's like a bunch of kind of mortar and pestles and little kind of lab equipment and things like that. And there's like an upstairs part to it. And so she kind of leads you upstairs to a top door and she unlocks it and walks in, and it looks like it's a little house with like some rooms and things. It's very cozy and quaint. But sitting there in the middle is Giacon. It's the guy that you guys met earlier. That you met earlier in Endurance.
The hot elf or the hot?
The hot human, yes.
Okay.
And so
Oh my god.
she said, okay. And
Okay.
so she's just like, good evening. And he's like, welcome home. I'm supposing we will have guests, more guests. And she says, if you don't mind, they're friends of ours, and kind of points to Meliodas. And so he says, well, in times like these, we all have to make do. Welcome to my home. Nice to meet all of you.
Is it very bougie?
It's not bougie, but it's like nice.
No.
Thank you.
I've rejoined.
Nice place.
Thank you. So he has kind of like, it is like a big, huge townhouse. Like it does take up both stories, and there is like a mini courtyard, and it's kind of it maybe it's a little bougie, but there's kind of like a courtyard in the middle of it, kind of if you go out the back door, and like there's railings, on the side, and then there's a little sitting area down at the bottom of the courtyard, and there's little doors, almost like the Madrigal house in Encanto, but like small. Anyway, but like a townhouse and small. So anyway, so he says, well, I'm very glad that I chose the larger of the townhouses. Very good. Well, I will see you all to your rooms. Dinner, anyone?
Sure.
Yes.
That would be great.
Be nice.
Very good. I will cook something then. And so he kind of goes off to do his thing. So yeah, you guys kind of have rooms for the night, and you kind of go in there, and there are these like cozy little rooms. There's like 2 beds per room. You
Did
guys
Jorgensen get to go talk to the girl?
Yeah, I was trying to
not
figure-
yet.
Okay.
Not yet. And also, you didn't get to go talk to the professor yet. We'll just cover that next.
Is Aluna still in the medicine area? Where did she go?
Yeah, I mean, well, she's like up there with the rest of you guys, kind of just in like the living room.
Okay. Cool. So we just
Yeah. So you guys are just vibing, kind of getting ready for bed and stuff. So Luna is just kind of like, I want to get back to my studies.
Well, I mean, the world could end tomorrow, so maybe enjoy the break, even though it's probably not like the most pleasant break. We have heard some really horrible things. I mean, I don't know if it would like interest you or anything, but like like if you've heard about like the Pale Rider.
I've heard.
Oh, well, I mean, it's terrible. It's not interesting. It's just really awful. But also we have a guy in our group that has like a direct connection to Mask now.
He said what?
Yeah, he's like a, what do we call it? He's acolyte. What's
It's like a devout follower and for
Yes.
years.
Yes, and he can talk to him, which is really creepy and we're currently trying to figure out like a path forward with him because it is really terrifying. But like he is kind of like in our group, so it's not like we can just be like, because that would not be nice. So
He's the one with the mask.
yeah, that's the guy. Kind of fitting, right? Kind of funny.
Indeed.
Yeah, he also got a dead girl in his like ring.
I don't know if this person is very trustworthy.
No, he's really not. He's not at all. Horrid. No, he's terribly untrustworthy. Actually, I was doing a fantastic job in Seventh Heaven, and he had to go in and get almost murdered out of the blue and ruined my whole. Yeah, no.
I'll stop you right there. I don't need to hear about anything that you did in Seventh Heaven. Don't worry about it.
Thank you.
For once we agree, don't we? Okay. Well, I am going to bed. Good night, all.
Oh, all right then.
So she goes to sleep without dinner. Like literally, it's so early. She's just like gone.
Yep.
I guess she didn't want to hear about that conversation.
I guess not. I mean, I have been kind of talking her ear off for the past hour, so she's probably a little sick of it.
Oh,
I did make a really good salve, though. I don't know what I did wrong.
I don't know. I think you did great.
Thanks. I tried. I don't know.
Meliodas is sitting there and he's like, well, I'd like to hear a story.
Yeah. We have lots of stories. I mean, we've been through a lot. I do think it's interesting that Seventh Heaven is ruled by an aspect, though. We figured that out because now he's mortal enemies with Silas. And he got us kicked out, which was really funny, but also kind of sad. Because I did want to go and look at it, but also we did almost die, or Silas almost died, which was sad. And we've already had Buddy die once, but he came back. He's fine now. He's fine. Yeah.
Oh
great.
my.
Yeah. And we went into his mind and we like defeated these little brain things. And then we went into her mind. I'm gonna point at Misha and be like, we went into her mind and there was like a little hamster, and then it was her. And I'm gonna point at Little and be like, and she was a hamster and now she's a tabaxi. It's a great time.
Well, it seems that I may have chosen the right path. I'm not exactly one for all of this danger.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't say it was dangerous in this airscape. Like, if you died, you'd be fine. You might have a
You
little...
said the Sarascape?
Do you know of it?
Of course I know of it. Did you all get involved in the Sarascape?
We did. Meliodas,
and then some.
I thought you weren't one for adventure. See, I knew you were wrong.
No, I'm not. But, I wouldn't be walking around and saying it too loud that you were a part of the Sarascape.
Okay.
Why
Is
not?
it illegal?
It's not illegal, just highly frowned upon. They are a bunch of rejects, and people may treat you as such.
I mean, I'm a tiefling, so I don't think it could get much worse, honestly.
But we don't need any more unnecessary attention.
I agree. I won't do anything. I'm just
Notice it seems like Alune is kind of starting to rub off on you a little.
How so?
You seem a little more cynical than before. No offense.
I'm not cynical. I'm just telling you, I don't really care one way or another about the Sarascape, but I'm just saying people may look at you a little funny.
Well, I appreciate the warning, Meliodas.
Indeed.
I mean, yeah, I guess it would. Yeah. I mean, I'm used to being looked at funny, but I do think it would be not great for everybody else to be looked at funny, being we do have some more like regular looking people in here.
Well, they might not let us do certain things or access certain areas if they knew we were participating in frowned upon practices or rituals, especially here where the deities are held in such high regard.
Oh yeah, I agree. I completely agree. No, yeah, you will not hear another word about it from me. And if you will, it will be very quiet.
Well, I think Jacon has some dinner ready, so shall we move on?
Sure. Anything's better than whatever that other place was. I still don't feel quite great after that.
Yeah. So G-Con has made you a ton of like super duper ramen and it looks great. You guys eat it on up. It looks fantastic. You guys eat some delicious food. He gives you tea and he just says, so what are you all's names? I'm sorry, I didn't have time to catch it previously.
You caught my name, right?
Oh, I did catch yours, yes, endurance, right?
And you're Gia-Con. I knew that already.
Yes, indeed.
I'm Sir Maynard.
Oh, nice to meet you, yes.
Yes, good to meet you as well.
I'm Jorgensen.
Ah, the bard, huh?
Yeah, indeed.
Very nice.
I'm Elodia.
Nice to meet you.
Same to
I'm
you.
little.
Nice to meet you, little.
I'm Buddy.
And nice to meet you, buddy. You two were in the medical bay, weren't you? Helping.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mhm.
I appreciate it, yes. We need all the help we can get.
Mhm.
Well, make yourselves at home while you're in my home. Sorry if there's not enough space to comfortably fit all of you. Just, times are hard right now. And yes, help yourself to any food in the pantry.
Yeah, well, thank you. It's really quite lovely in here, and don't apologize for lack of space. I mean, like we're intruding on your space, so I mean, even if you just had a cupboard, that would be kind. So you're giving us your house. So we're very grateful.
Of course.
While I'm in the pantry and see cat food, and I'm like, yum, 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 yum.
And he's just like, leave a few cans, please, for my
You just
cat.
ate me, Casa.
And so you see like a little like fluffy white cat like pop out and hop up on his lap and like, meow. And he's just like, don't worry. Just shh.
Meow, you too.
Oh my god.
And Misha's like, another cat, yes. She like walks up and just starts like pet, 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 pet. So anyway. So it gets to be kind of sleepy time for all of you.
Okay. I think endurance is kind of gonna get like ready to turn in. And are there like plants and stuff like growing in this place at all?
Oh, for sure. He's got houseplants like everywhere.
Okay, so
From the ceiling, on the floor, in the window, all of it.
endurance is like gonna like cast like plant growth like calmly, obviously, like on one of like the viney plants, and it's gonna like kind of trail underneath Lune's door, and it's gonna like form a sentence, and it's just gonna say sorry for being annoying on the floor.
You just hear light snoring on the other side of the door.
Figures.
Yeah.
And then I guess endurance is just gonna be like, and then just kind of like wander off. Where are our rooms like situated? Like, where's everybody staying?
They're all kind of just in different spots around the courtyard on the balcony, like
cool.
I said, Madrigal style.
Cool. And I guess like, are there like I don't know, are there like plants in endurance's room at all?
Oh yeah, everywhere. You and Elodia and Little and Misha are all kind of sharing a room.
Cool. I'm gonna kind of like, if there's like plants in the area, I'm just gonna kind of touch them and they're gonna be all like pretty and stuff.
Nice. Yeah. Misha just kind of flops on the bed and she's just like, do you think that cat will come sleep with me?
I mean,
It was like, yes, I will.
And Misha just kind of looks over. She's like, that's cool too. And so you like jump on the bed and Misha's just kind of like stroking you.
And I get the end and I do that thing where I'm like turning around. I'm like around and I'm like.
And Misha says, sorry, Elodia. I know we were cuddle partners in the past, but surely you understand. It's meanwhile in the boys' room. Silas is flopped on the bed,
Oh,
like taking up the whole bed.
all right. Seems about right.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm gonna
Guess
take
I'll-
that.
sleep on the floor.
Well, there's two like queen size beds.
Oh.
Meliodas. Oh wait, no, Buddy's there too. I forgot. I was like, oh, Meliodas, and I was like, oh no, there's Buddy and Meliodas. Okay, Meliodas has his own room, so.
Okay.
Okay.
But it's like you, Buddy, and Jorgensen
And
and
Silas.
Silas. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Well, I guess I'll sleep on the bed with Silas, and then I take the opposite end of my axe, and I push him to the side. Like I get underneath him, and I just, crowbar him to the side. And I've got some jerky that I got from the thing, so I'm just munching on some jerky.
Nice.
Yeah.
Jerky. Nice.
Well, good night, fellows. It's good
Good
to have you
night.
back. Good to have you back, buddy.
Yeah.
Can't hear you, Buddy.
Thank you guys for saving me. I appreciate it.
Of course, buddy. It's the least we could do.
Of course. I mean, they were trying to say just leave you dead, but
Who's they?
Elodia. Yes.
Yeah. So hate her.
Okay, well.
Wow. Crotch. Meanwhile, in the girls' room, everybody settled down, or okay. Well, everybody going to sleep. Anybody want to do anything else? Sleep.
I think Endurance is tired and also has mild food poisoning, so she's gonna
Oh.
like roll on the bed and be like,
I'm like,
Oh.
you need a bucket?
I don't need a bucket. It's like, no, I would just like some new organs, but I think they might like dissolve and then like regenerate by tomorrow, so it's fine. It's fine.
Oh man. Yep. So all of you guys are tucked into bed, and
Like, gotta
meow meow. So yeah, that is where we will end it for this evening. Bye.